Well, this is going to be an interesting day, to say the least. Thank you for coming, and welcome to our coverage of Renegade Cut and Remarkable Republican. It's going to be an interesting day, to say the least. Alrighty. Well, we got to welcome in the guests. So, first off, as usual, ladies first, my lovely co-host, Neph Champion.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Also,
Probably.
Also, welcome our resident Alpha Wolf boy sycophant.
This cannot be.
I would prefer to be called by any other term other than sycophant. I would accept murder hobo for being called sycophant.
Well, I can't call you simp, so that's the next best thing.
You're implying I use her to get advantage over something.
Dude bro whore?
What? Oh, okay, done for that joke. Done for that joke. I want you to fight. Done for that joke. I want you to play right hell. Done for that joke. I want you to play right hell retribution. That's how I feel.
Well, Neph found it funny. Breathe. Breathe.
He'd find that funny.
But congratulations, fam.
Alrighty. And also we have the White Dragon. Welcome.
Yay!
You don't deserve to have an opening. You blow the budget before we even have a chance.
Wait, that's Blurry, not me. What are you guys talking about?
That's what the rest of it's saved for.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And we have one more person. Please welcome the Holy Ninja.
Wolf's a simp.
Shut up, Skeletor. Wait,
somebody needs to get shot.
Alrighty.
No, my intro was the Witch King with Starscream's voice.
Yeah,
yeah, I can't
Just
take that Witch
Starscream.
King seriously. I just can't.
he's nothing. You can't really take anything seriously in that movie.
No.
Alrighty.
It's a movie about something. I don't know what it is, though.
Space
It's
Blizzard for children. Oh wait, never mind.
Wrong,
it's a
wrong
movie
franchise.
It's a movie about.
A bardic
it's a
telling of Return of the King.
It's a movie about short people and jewelry and skeletal people riding Pegasi. This is
no
awesome.
reason.
For no
Evil
reasons.
That guy needs to jump off a cliff for no reason.
By throwing in a joke, you automatically get this coffee.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Not a third time.
Well, stop it.
Fucking
He ruined the joke. This is what he gets. You're in timeout now. I want you to think about what you've done.
I feel a little stupid. I think I'm fine.
It's step out of your punishment.
Oh my god.
That's what you get for ruining a joke.
You too. Stop it already.
Neph has to play mommy. We're definitely in bad territory.
I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, you are next to Dumb out of the Dumb and Dumber trio.
What do you say? You little shit.
You're the one who changed your avatar. Alrighty. Hey, hi Drake. Lovely to see you. Wolf, there's gotta be... You gotta... Yeah.
Hello,
Johan,
Johan.
indeed. The Lord of Pans is in the house.
Yeah, and Becca, I choose the one that fits me the most. Sycophant is not it.
Yeah, Tempest.
Alrighty.
Near it's that, because that implies mediocrity.
So I guess Simp is, in this case, is Majestic. The M stands for Majestic in this
I'll be
case.
back.
Yeah, let's roll with that.
No, it stands for squirrels in my pants.
That also works.
Courtesy
Because
of
it
Phineas
is
and
true.
Ferb.
There's 104 days in summer vacation, and school comes along just to end that.
Stop.
S to the I to the M to the P. Step right up.
Honestly, I hate watching Phineas and Ferb.
Really?
I never watched any of that. It's just
I just, like, the formula just, like, drove me nuts. And also, I hate Candace. Like, she's kind of, like, just, like... She's one of the few characters that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I actively find you annoying. Please get this person off my screen.
I find I'm like that with the Disney movies. Ugh.
Then I think that's just you having a problem with women.
I like cool women. Candace is not a cool woman.
She's a teenager. What'd you expect?
Teenagers are
So-
stupid. I don't want to deal with teenagers
AK.
anymore.
the weird
AKA
thing
average
is-
teenager.
It is like, sorry for this lengthy tangent, audience. Hopefully, like, hopefully you find it amusing. Okay, so White, we require remarkable. Which do we want to do first?
I say Remarkable
or-
Republican.
Okay, Renegade Cut is only 7 minutes. Is only like 10 minutes long, so is really short. So
Really short. This is the reaction stream. That means it's gonna last 2 hours.
well, I mean, like in terms of length for like the video's length is relatively short. Like it's like 7 minutes.
I wonder how long we can stretch that out for.
I'd rather not find out.
Yeah. Well, we'll get a ton of mileage out of Remarkable Republican. His is 36 minutes long.
Oh,
Ooh.
You mean Renegade Cut?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a Remarkable Republican first, and then we'll do Renegade Cut second.
Isn't Renegade Cut the longer one?
No, Renegade Cut is the shorter one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Remarkable Republican is the 36-minute one. Renegade
Okay,
Cut's
but-
like 7 minutes, like 12.
That's
Somewhere like
the whole
7
stream.
to 12 minutes at most. Yeah. Okay. Do you need a link or White? Can you find it pretty easily?
Let's see.
I don't know, I think that coffee took away some of his intelligence.
Don't tell me he had extras of the coffee from last night.
No, that was tea.
Aquaman,
Yeah.
a conservative masterpiece. Oh boy.
White, your volume's kind of low. Are you
Huh?
like... Your
I think
volume was kind
he-
of low.
I think he wasn't next to the mic.
Pretty much, yeah. That is an accurate summation.
Yes.
Who will win? It's the Battle of the Rees.
It's either the Mimi historian or the crazy ideologue. One or the
Oh,
other.
good lord.
I choose
How
the
about
creed.
no?
BB historian, I choose you.
Who's the main
Well-
historian?
That would be Remarkable Republican. He actually has a thing called Thuristes, the historian. That's his like actual channel that actually has like 20k subs.
Okay.
Aquaman, a conservative masterpiece.
By the way, I like how he didn't put Aquaman and Mira. He put Aquaman and his mom.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting choice.
I think I prefer it because it's just one less thing to hate about it, because I really, 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 really hate Amber Heard.
Well, the possibility of her getting replaced in Aquaman 2 is relatively high, at least I think so. Because
Especially with all...
Because
Especially
DC
with
tends...
all...
Oh, go for it, sorry.
I was gonna make the joke about her, like, pocketing money. Especially that whole scandal about, this money is totally gonna go for women suffering from abuse. Nope, I'm pocketing it.
Hippity hoppity, this money is now my property.
All right.
My thought would be like that. Like, I think it's like Daenerys' has like been rumored to like people really wanted to play Mira, mostly because they want Emilia Clarke. They want Dany and Khal Drogo to reunite, I guess.
Wow, what a bunch of shippers.
Hey, if Aquaman 2 is better, like, maybe that will help the sour taste of Game of Thrones Season 8.
And actually, like, make it so that Emilia Clarke has an actual good movie career, since the only movies she's been in that weren't romantic comedies were Terminator Genesis and Solo.
You know the worst part about
Solo lost money!
You know the worst part about Solo was
Exactly. That's what
I would say the worst part about Solo was that it did not play Han Solo from the Star Wars Connect game.
I'm Solo. I'm Han Solo.
Hey, Wolf, you know I still have some of that coffee
Good
left.
God, I hate that song so much.
I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm
But it's amazing.
Oh God.
You know,
Stop
what's so
it.
funny, Drake, the deal is that, are you, like, implying that Aquaman was a terrible movie? Because it's not.
It's fun. It's a better Transformers movie than the Transformers movie. I will say that for it. Like, I find it enjoyable, but I kind of have to turn my brain off a little bit.
Yeah. You kind of do, but that's okay.
And that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it in the same way that I enjoy the Hobbit movies, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's like...
Neph, you can finish.
Thank you. I don't often turn my brain off and enjoy movies, but this is one of the ones where I could do that. And I did do that, and it was fun. It was a fun movie. Stupid fun, but fun.
Yeah, their sequels tend not to be that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, my opinion on Aquaman 1 is that it's a very good movie for what it is, and what it is not so much a thematically deep or really characteristic.
Yeah, no.
It's a very archetypical hero's journey movie. It's super
basic.
archetypical.
Yeah, though the funniest thing is like it is literally the plot of Barbie in a Mermaid Tale. That is the plot. It has the exact same plot.
You know what's funny, and then I doubt, and it's more like a freak accident because I doubt the writers of that movie, the writer and the director of that movie, saw Barbie's A Mermaid Tale.
Yeah. So the reason why I say this is because basically my sister, who had never seen it, said it's just Barbie and a Mermaid's Tale. And my sister, who had seen it, said, no, it's not. And then my sister, who had never seen Aquaman, proceeded to describe the plot of the movie almost exactly to my sister, who then just opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again, and just said, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
But I would say that, like, while it is very archetypical, it's a very well done archetypical story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Like, I definitely think, like, it knows what it wants to be, and it just says, okay, what have been the bad things about the DCEU? Okay, bad color saturation, flat characters,
Overemphasis on themes. Overemphasis on
Overemphasis.
thematic dialogue.
I don't
And
think...
not just
not-
that,
I
but
don't...
dark
I-
characters where
theme
they're
implies-
not
theme-
necessarily supposed to be dark.
I would say not necessarily a focus on themes, I would say a focus on pseudo-intellectualism.
Pseudo-intellectualisms. Yes.
Which is for movie talk is themes, because that's what more themes really implies. Is like, oh this movie is very thematic, which means is that characters explicitly talk about the themes that the movie is trying to explore.
Which the weirdest part is the people who like TLJ usually hate the Batman v Superman and Aquaman. And no, Just Right thought Aquaman was okay, which is odd. But I know like most people hate BVS. They hate Man of Steel, both with good reason because they're both bad. They're both really, really bad. They're both train wrecks.
And Dark Knight Rises should be on that list.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight Rises is pretty bad.
Wait,
but...
is the Snyder Cut already out? Because Anger Joe.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I think it's like a few days up, I think.
Yeah.
Like-
And I'm gonna wait until I actually see the Snyder Cut. I have never seen the original cut.
Yeah.
So
The original cut is awful.
So I highly
Well,
Cut is
the
really
thing
bad.
is, with the Snyder Cut, people are going, "Oh, the Snyder Cut's going to be awful." That's not the point. The point of the Snyder Cut is that the fans are getting what they want, which is not what happens anymore.
I don't know if it's like the fans necessarily. It's a subsection of fans.
Well, the Pacific people who like what Snyder was doing, and then when they heard about what Warner Brothers did to Snyder during the production of Justice League,
wasn't it? Didn't he have to like drop out because his daughter committed suicide?
that's just like one minor. That's just one aspect of it. It's like a whole rabbit hole of.
You mean
like
an iceberg?
Yeah, it's just the tip of an iceberg of a whole bunch of shenanigans going on behind the scenes of specifically Justice League.
Yeah, makes sense. Like I know that like they shuffled him off and put Joss Whedon on there, and that's just like, oh, that is a very terrible choice. That was a bad choice.
What they should have done was get someone who had a similar style as to what Snyder was doing.
Or
But
just simply
So
delay
that
the
it
movie.
So that it
Or-
wouldn't be as freaking jarring.
Yeah,
Or just delay the movie.
Yeah.
or just
or delay it.
like, delay it, or just like, Snyder's not a good director, and David Goyer and Chris Terrio are terrible writers. Just look at Rise of Skywalker for an example of like Chris Terrio's writing.
But the problem is, with film specifically, is that the writers have very little control. It's mostly a director's medium. It's more a TV show. The head writer is the one that is usually responsible for dumb decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why people like it's a more accurate way to criticize like J.J.
Snyder.
Abrams for Rise of Skywalker rather than the writers. But then you can criticize.
J.J. Abrams co-wrote it. Well, J.J. Abrams co-wrote it.
Yeah,
So.
and that's also
And we all
a thing.
know he's a hack, so...
Yeah.
He just copy and paste. He copy and paste stuff.
Yeah.
Well, mass scale copy paste.
All right, let's watch this
get going with
conservative masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yep. This is gonna be fun.
Greetings, YouTube. This is Remarkable Republican, and I've returned
Greetings,
once
YouTube.
again
This is
to bring you
Remarkable
the truth
Republican.
with a truth-flavored bias. Today,
Truth.
we're going to be doing a movie analysis of Aquaman. I just saw this movie a couple of nights ago, And the more I reflect upon what I saw, I realize that I witnessed one of, if not the greatest conservative movies ever made.
Greatest.
Yes,
Oh,
Aquaman this year
oh my god.
is on par with Death Wish and Ghostbusters.
What
Okay, pause for a
Ghostbusters?
second.
Aquaman
What?
is a
Which
conservative.
I wonder which Ghostbusters
No,
he's
no,
talking
no.
about.
I think he's talking about the original Ghostbusters, not the remake.
Who would
Yeah,
ever
well,
want
actually, kind of think about it. Like, yeah, there is some strong conservative themes about how, like the government screw things up, and like the power of individuals to make a business out of a need for the public. Like, yeah, there's some strong conservative themes in there, but still, that's kind of weird. Just saying, like, oh yeah, it's one of the greatest pieces of conservative media.
Alongside Death Wish and Ghostbusters, which is just like, how do those movies correlate?
I've never even.
Die
heard-
Hard is a better conservative movie. Yeah, like, seriously, think about it. Like, one man is stuck in the tower with a bunch of terrorists, right? But then you have the cops, they're incompetent. Then you have the FBI, they're incompetent. In fact, they are so incompetent that they literally endangered people. So it's up to our protagonist to save the day. Using guns!
Yep, let's keep going.
Masterpiece. In America, Democrats and Republicans compete for everything, and this political conflict also applies to comic books and superhero movies. Marvel has fully embraced the Democratic agenda. If you watch Marvel films, you're basically watching left-wing propaganda.
Oh, good God.
Taken up
Pause,
the
please.
opposite side, and
Barely
they
do
are
what he's
the
saying.
advocates of conservative Republicans.
Oh.
I can barely
people-
hear what he's saying.
Yeah, you might want to turn him up a little bit.
Yeah, but
Not YouTube, White. Your computer. Because you've already done YouTube to the highest you possibly can.
So, but it's so funny is that people argue, like, Captain America is one of the most conservative superhero movies. Like, even Captain America Civil War, which I don't like I don't like Captain America Civil War, but it's very conservative with its themes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
Capillarian.
yeah, I don't know exactly what Mr. Republican means by conservative.
I don't know either. And I couldn't hear the last couple of seconds because someone was laughing.
No, everything's up on maximum.
Yeah. Okay, let's okay, let's move back just ever so slightly, like 5 seconds. And then we'll keep going. Let's do
Basically
this.
watching left-wing propaganda. However, DC has taken up the opposite side, and they are the advocates of conservative Republican thought. And I believe that they've actually done a fantastic job of conveying their message very clearly and eloquently, whereas Marvel, despite being clearly leftist, can be a little muddled in the way that they go about it. But we're not here to talk about Marvel. Let's look at a few other DC movies and see how they also advance a clear conservative agenda. In Dark Knight Rises, the last of the Christopher Nolan trilogy, Batman is there to uphold law and order against the masses, and he also fights a villain who is essentially the living embodiment of Occupy Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street is represented through Bane as a threat to basic decency and Western civilization itself. Fast forward a bit, Wonder Woman from a couple of years ago. What this movie does is twofold. On the one hand, Wonder Woman is an Amazon, and the Amazons were a myth, and by upholding the basic truth of myth, what DC is doing is upholding tradition. They understand something that liberals do not, and that is that all myths are based in reality. Now, a myth isn't necessarily 100% true, but there's always a very strong element of truth. Hardly any myth is less than 75% true. They also, in Wonder Woman,
what?
promote
No.
love of country and service to one's country. Wonder Woman comes out and joins the United States war effort to defeat Germany during World War I. This war was just as important as World War II, and she defeated Ares, who had decided to become a Nazi, and joined.
Wait, what?
2018,
Pause that, please.
Wrong time
So-
period.
What the freaking hell?
Okay, so I went to the bathroom briefly, and I come back about becoming a Nazi. What?
Yeah, apparently-
Ares. He's talking about Ares siding with the Germans.
He's not.
Okay.
But it's like,
He does.
no?
Do we really have to bring up all the problems with Wonder Woman 1, especially when it relates to a historical setting? The
Well,
Germans
you know
were
what?
not Nazis.
Well, you didn't
And
ask
oh yeah,
for
we're
it.
gonna-
You
World
didn't ask
War
for
One,
this.
which
And now
was...
you're a Nazi.
And also, looks like Drake the Duelist has to get off of his giant robot to join us.
Yeah, because we need
There's-
this 30-minute video to be longer.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Team, Aquaman
I can hear
joined
someone
this
shared
proud
creeping.
tradition, and I strongly recommend that you all go see it in theaters right now. Possibly go back again if you haven't seen it before, and remember what I have said in this video when you do. Anyway, what we see is that Aquaman continues this proud tradition, but really perfects the formula of making a perfect Republican movie. So,
What?
let's get into the specifics now that we've set this up.
One
Most
problem.
past versions of Aquaman have had Aquaman be such a beta male that I've often wondered if he wasn't
What?
a closeted homosexual.
What?
However, this
What?
version of Aquaman-
This guy is perfection. This guy
Was
is.
it?
I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second. Beta males?
Yeah,
Aquaman, a beta male?
most of the time he's saying that most of the time he's portrayed that way. Let's back up a little bit. Let's back up like five seconds.
I already did.
Yeah, let's
have
keep going.
Aquaman be such a beta male that I've often wondered
Why?
if he wasn't a
Why is he a beta male?
Because he dresses like a numbskull.
Okay.
And he's respectful to women?
Oh, wait,
Oh
that means
my
he's a
God.
simp, then.
Yeah. Wolf, explain.
Yeah.
You have
And also
experience.
and so basically, and also like he's about to say that, like I've
So-
seen that he's such a beta male that I've kind of always believed that he was a closet homosexual.
Oh, good lord,
No.
no.
Back up a
No,
little bit.
like clearly, like the way he was eyeing Mira throughout the entire movie.
I think he's referring to like classic Aquaman, or like how Aquaman is generally portrayed, not this movie. And he's saying that this movie like makes Aquaman a man.
Do we have to bring up the most famous version of Aquaman in our mass media, which is from the Justice League animated series?
No.
Yeah, Justice League animated turns Aquaman into a Chad who cuts off his own hand to save his son.
Yes,
By
that's
the way, I think we have a new guest in the back, I think.
Yeah, we do.
He's going right for the crew!
I'm not caffeinated enough for this shit.
So you were hunting the OAMS team?
Yeah. So
It's a
Probably,
Gundam joke.
So, oh, by the way, wait. Here, some soda.
What? What?
Stop it.
yeah.
All right, let's just continue.
No.
We got 26 minutes to go.
closeted homosexual. However, Aquaman is a man's man. And I think that this tradition goes back to the recent film Batman vs. Superman, a highly underrated superhero movie.
Oh, good lord.
Wait, which movie?
Batman
versus
versus
Superman.
You have to watch the extended cut. You have to watch the extended cut. No, the
Watch the
theatrical
extended cut of my dick.
Sorry, I am not gonna watch the extended cut of your dick because I'm not gay.
And that sounds painful.
It doesn't like that.
No, I mean, the fucking hell is this? I mean, it's really hard to commentate knowing that this is not a real thing.
Like this, so does he honestly think that Batman v Superman?
I think he's joking.
Okay.
I can't tell his voice is so damn flat.
I think that's part of the humor. It's just...
I think so. Like, oh man, it's just like a clear response to radical feminism, and his masculinity is just true.
He is so masculine that he can swim underwater very fast and can lift entire submarines just by his pure manliness.
Yeah.
I love this. It's gonna be a fun comparison between this and Renegade Cut.
I can think of better arguments for this guy's points than he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You didn't miss much, Johan.
I'm getting massive Poe vibes and not Dameron.
Yeah.
Oh, the Kung Fu Panda!
No, Poe's law. I'm not even sure if this guy's a joke or not.
Oh, he is.
He is. He is a joke. That has been very, very, very clearly confirmed since he's really the what is he?
Patrol.
He's Thirsty's the Historian. That's his actual channel.
Alright, let's just continue.
A conflict over their masculinity. Batman was trying to prove that even though Superman was endowed with special powers, that he was more of a man than Superman, and therefore...
No.
No, Batman was just angry at Superman because Superman was an idiot in Man of Steel and fought in a populated section of Metropolis that wasn't destroyed.
That wasn't it. That was not it.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
I never really understood the conflict between Superman and Batman anyway,
It's
so
because
Nobody does because it's
You mean in
nonsensical. It definitely Batman v Superman. No, I don't blame you. It is nonsensical. It is so dumb.
Because there's nothing to do with either of what their characters are supposed to be. In both directions.
Yeah, it's basically Lex Luthor kidnaps Superman's mom and tells him, "Kill Batman, I won't kill Batman, or I'll murder your mom."
With a flamethrower, I might add. Edgy much. What the fuck?
Wouldn't it be just
I laughed at that when I saw it in the movie. It's like, how are they gonna kill her? They gonna shoot her? No, they pull out a flamethrower, and it's like...
Gone are the days where simply tying up a woman over a vat of acid is way too complicated.
Oh, don't forget about the M60 that was unloaded.
or over, train tracks.
Oh, come on, that's not
days.
that's unsophisticated enough.
Yeah, frickin' Lex Luthor, and that is one of the worst villains I've ever seen. Like Jesse Eisenberg, that was a terrible performance.
Lex Luthor is supposed to be a super genius, right?
Fighting expert is starting saying, "Don't make me defend Batman v Superman." Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He's gonna whack us with his.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see how this goes.
And so it was a contest of masculinity and talking about how men have to be men, but not necessarily be overly aggressive.
To be
So
a
it's about
man.
maintaining your manhood. That's really what Batman vs Superman was about. It's about the struggle to really be a man and to use your testosterone wisely.
You know what's actually?
It's also a
Well,
story of men
actually,
being men.
I know somebody who is a part of the Snyder Cut community and defends Batman v Superman. He even wrote articles about how Batman v Superman is a very conservative movie, and it's not about that. His focus was more about method of doing good, and just as a comparison to the modern conservative movement. But
Yeah, because Batman at his core is not a conservative hero.
actually, he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
What do you mean by what do you mean by that? Like he doesn't trust the system. He doesn't trust the cops. The cops are basically like Gotham is, if we want to put it in modern terms, is a democratic hellhole.
Yeah, but he allows it to be one.
How?
Well, if Batman were realistic, he probably should kill. He shouldn't kill in canon because he's Batman and he's better than that, but that's not the point. That's living in a world that is not ours. Therefore, he can't be conservative. Whatever he actually is, conservative isn't it.
Yeah, since, like, if he were... Well,
Batman doesn't live in a world similar enough to ours in order to actually give him our politics. I mean, this is like aligning characters from a Gundam series along our politics. The universe is entirely different. Another good one.
Yeah.
You can't align characters that are that different along our politics, even if their worlds are nominally similar.
Another thing about it is just the fact that Aquaman, like Batman, like the major reason why Batman doesn't kill is because otherwise you won't have the Joker again.
Well, that's only for that's story writer's reason, right? There's a difference between you can't have this because writer's reasons, but also like Batman's...
Yeah, the in-universe reason is because he's a little bitch. He thinks if he kills once, then he'll kill forever, which is ridiculous. It's you kill where you have to, and don't kill where you don't have to. Obviously.
But we can have this conversation a long time, but I think you're completely wrong.
But in this movie, but in the Batman v First Superman, he just straight up kills people. Like
murder, kill, murder.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Oh, come on.
Me.
Also won the primary is because he was the alpha male in the field. Ted Cruz was actually more qualified to be president, if we're being completely honest.
Wait,
but
what?
He is not as
God!
Fuck
off with the politics!
Donald Trump sunned him. Or I guess to put it less charitably, he made him his bitch. Anyway, so Aquaman not only promotes a conservative understanding of the world, promotes masculinity, but also promotes an extremely realistic portrayal of human reality.
No.
So, one of the things that we're first introduced to in Aquaman is the myth of Atlantis.
What?
And one of the most important aspects of...
No, the movie literally begins with a love story.
Yeah.
With a love story between a man and his fish lady.
And his mermaid.
Mm-hmm. It's essentially a Little Mermaid. The abridged version of a Little Mermaid, except more badass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
almost positive that Atlantis was Greek.
Yes,
it was.
It was Aristotle is the first recorded evidence of Atlantis.
So he's in the first bullet point. He's wrong twice. Nice.
Yeah.
In other words.
Oh man! It's
actually Plato.
That's Plato. My apologies.
Plato overheard someone. So
It's do not give credit to the or. I will not give credit to. It's like when it comes to some myths, never trust the Romans. It's
Holy. You can see why I wanted to cover this video.
Alright.
Ego, beer, violence.
Yeah, but nobody talked about the real thing that brought Atlantis down. The Seal of Orichalcos.
What?
The Seal of Orichalcos is from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The myth of Atlantis is that it is a historical fact.
Okay.
It
No,
is
it's not.
reported by the Romans. They didn't just
No.
make
Greeks.
things up in their histories. They understood the genre of history demands that you tell the truth.
The
No.
genre of
boy.
history.
Okay, historian. Okay, historian is like
No.
if it weren't for this being a joke, like partly a joke, I would ask Dunn to do the door clip, but
I don't have that, unfortunately.
how about purging with my kin?
Oh yeah, that one.
Purging with my
but
kin.
history is you're just collecting all accounts
Yeah.
of what happened in the past and figuring out what is true and
What's bull?
what's
Yeah.
what's distorted from
Historical biases.
yeah. But
Yep.
then of course you have to deal with our modern historical biases when we examine the past too. So it's
Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's
Yeah.
keep going. Like, see,
Actually-
only like postmodernist academics deny the reality of Atlantis.
What?
let's just continue.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Historical reality of Atlantis are left-wing postmodernist academics. And the only reason they do that is to demean the West and its accomplishments. However, Atlantis is a part of the Western tradition, and it needs to be honored just as we honor Rome.
Where the hell is he pulling this
and-
from?
I
You
have
know-
no
and
idea.
other
You know, we
countries
could
that
be
vote.
at a time when somebody's going to discover, like, it could be a situation like Troy, right? Because for the longest time, people thought Troy was just a myth, right? And then
Yeah.
one guy decided, hey, let's go find Troy. And guess what? They found Troy. And so it could be that Atlantis will become like that. Or
Well,
Atlantis did happen, but it's not under the sea, but it's just like Atlantis was used to replace another island civilization, like the Minoans.
Well, that kind of does explain where they got the idea for the names of the legendary dragons of Atlantis from. Or at least two of them. I don't know where Hermos comes from. Maybe it's a
I think
bastardized
Hermos was a
version.
mispronunciation. I think.
Maybe. Maybe it's supposed to be Hermes or something.
Maybe.
No, I think it's like
Actually-
Telemus or something.
Maybe.
Probably.
Let's keep going.
Opposed our Western tradition. This movie implicitly argues for the Western tradition by showing how advanced Atlantis was, and it also argues for conservative values by its portrayal of Atlantis' values.
The Atlanteans were vilified. Did you watch the movie?
Where are the
Hey, you want to know why one of the reasons they were vilified? They built a wall. They have a wall, tight bar of security, and turrets on top.
Yeah, there's an old joke of two dictators who are at war with each other, and they both find a lamp on the beach. They both rub it, and then a genie comes out and grants them a wish. He grants the first one his wish that he wants a giant wall around his city. And then he grants the second wish to fill the first city with water.
I love this guy. This guy is amazingly funny.
Well, his voice is almost putting me to sleep.
It's
That's
putting me
kinda-
to sleep almost as fast as the Justice League movie.
Yeah, Justice League
Which
movie
got-
was really bad. Justice League, the first one was really bad. I don't know how much better the second one, the Snyder cut
The
is
one
gonna be,
I
to be perfectly
forgot
honest.
that I saw.
All right, let's just continue. We got
Are extremely conservative. Conservative to the point where they are to the right of today's Republican Party and in exactly the right.
I love how this guy never defines
noise.
conservatism.
No, I don't think he has.
all right. Let's just continue. This is
ways, as we'll see.
This guy's amazing.
Aquaman also upholds the Western tradition and real history by naming Aquaman after one of the greatest kings in the history of Western civilization, King Arthur of Britain.
Wasn't King Arthur
Aquaman's
also
parents' names
fantastical?
on this? No.
actually
Yeah.
it's slightly complicated. Actually,
His name is not actually Arthur.
It's probably more like Artorius. Like, there's like a centurion named Arturius in
that's
some of the myths.
one interpretation of it.
Yeah.
But
Well, what
or just
I
a
heard
king who.
from somewhere else is that Arthur means the bear, and then Pendragon meant something else. I don't remember what Pendragon meant.
Yeah. Okay.
okay,
Pendragon
so-
means meaning. Okay. Okay, what does Pendragon
No,
mean?
it's the old meaning. You're
Pendrake.
probably not going to find it.
Head,
King Arthur-
chief, top, drake, dragon, warrior. Prophet of Latin word Draco.
No.
So okay, so the history of
That's
King
not
Arthur.
what that meant. Oh! It was something like boar or something. It's an old meaning. You're probably not going to find it on the internet. You're probably going to find something else.
Yeah. But
okay,
basically,
so
he's saying that King Arthur was real, which is just like, no.
well, here's the thing.
It's yeah.
There
like-
is actual historical precedent that there was possibility of a King Arthur. There are some problems with historical record. It's more of like, is it the King Arthur that we know? It would not, but it's most likely it was a
Just
once the
random
Western,
king.
like he was a king. He may have even did a huge war against Rome at one point, because that's like the earliest.
No,
Or
my
the-
point
or the
is
Saxon
that
invaders.
Arthur was probably not even his actual name, just a title.
It could be more of like, yeah, it could be his actual name, or it could be not. It's right now is there's a lot of confusions about it, because you have like the historical factors and mix in with some mythologies, and trying to cross-reference it with other cultures and their histories around that same time period is a little bit weirder, because the later years of the Roman Empire on the western side is pretty garbo.
I think this Arthur was supposed to live in the 6th century,
It's
so he'd be Roman by
Okay.
descent, probably.
All right, we're I think
we're going through the weeds right now, but
Yeah.
all I am saying that there is actual historical precedents that that King Arthur probably did exist, but not as, the mythological aspects of the actual person.
Yeah.
Mythologizing. Yeah.
Well, between him, a boy born of an Atlantean queen, and King Arthur, the man who saved Britain.
No.
This obviously
Nope.
acknowledges
Moving
the
on.
fact
Moving
that
on.
Arthur is real.
We already got hung up
Otherwise,
on
why
Arthur already.
would, once they've acknowledged Atlantis, would the Atlanteans acknowledge Arthur? We've established that
Because
they're
of his
real
mom.
and could both acknowledge one another.
No.
They hated his mom because of
This-
him.
Well, but they at least gave him the decency. The only thing they gave him the decency
Okay.
was to win by trial by combat.
you put on closed captions, or is that going to be a bad idea? Because I
It's probably
can't
auto.
hear.
Yeah.
It's only auto?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, at least we'll have more funny things to look at.
Maybe.
Right. All over the place.
Is, in addition, a further affirmation of Anglo-Saxon culture, history, and tradition.
He's
Needless to
only
say more,
reading off of
it's
the
all
damn
pretty obvious
slides!
unless you are completely dense.
Oh my god.
The movie's
Fuck
main
off.
focus.
Why
What
is
does
Boba
Boba
Fett
and
Because
Jango
the
Fett have to
actor-
do with
be-
this?
Because the actor who voiced Boba Fett in the original trilogy, played him in The Mandalorian, and played Jango Fett, is Arthur's
Not
father.
in your- actually, no. He did
No,
not
in
voice
the
original.
special. No, in the
Okay, they-
special editions, like when they
Okay, after they raised, they retconned his voice, and
yeah, they did.
Okay.
Okay.
However, his father is one of the unsung conservative heroes of the movie. Arthur's father raised him to know and value history and love his country. Aquaman
Not
is a
the
good
country
son who
part.
honors his parents, both of them, not just the one who is of royal blood. In fact, he was living
Well,
with
it
his
depends
dad
on whether
and
it's
supporting him in
Aquaman,
many ways,
Aquaman, or
his dad
Justice
when his
League
dad got drunk.
Aquaman.
Oh, I never seen Justice League because
Yeah, you don't.
Fuck that.
Basically, Aquaman at one point says, "My mother." You mean in the woman who abandoned me?
Huh. Hey,
So, yeah.
drunk, and he did other things for his father as well. In Sicily, when Arthur was there looking for a relic, he reveals that his father taught him Western history. He knew all about the history of Rome.
because most likely
And
his
one of the
dad
one of the
loves
ways-
history as it's just like his dad loves history, so he passed it on to his son. Much like my dad. Like my dad is a huge World War II buff. Like he loves playing tabletop World War II games and watch World War II movies, and that love is one of the reasons I love history so much. I am such a history nut.
Obviously, he's
So-
super conservative.
Yeah, my dad is
I'm a
conservative.
history buff too, so, and I love history, but it's gotten to the point where I can't watch anything that has to do with World War II because of the History Channel. And how
Yeah,
every single year they go just World War II, on and on and on, and it's only interesting the first maybe 3 times you see it, and then it's just, oh, it's this.
yeah. What's so funny for me is personally is that I'm more into like classical era of history, classical Western history, and Middle Ages. But let's just
Oh, no,
back on
I-
topic.
Draw attention to the fact that the father.
Personally, I
is
found
actually
World War
very
One to be more
important,
interesting topic.
despite the fact that he was not a high-ranking individual, is that they cast the same person who played Jango Fett in the prequels. Now, the prequels, of course, are two of the greatest movies ever made.
Oh, good lord!
And-
Good
Okay,
lord!
Bob.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Prequels
Oh
are
my
some of the
God.
greatest movies ever.
But what's so
Oh, now
funny?
he's talking my language.
I just love it how he just says like, yeah, they cast this actor who played these characters before. Ergo,
What
it's
the hell does
conservative.
that have to do with the movie you're supposed to be talking about?
Of course, Carl Sayer, you would say history of the Soviet Union.
Yeah. No worries. It's fine.
Uh,
It's just, I don't get.
Fantastic father to his son Boba Fett, who went on to succeed.
Fantastic
him,
father.
He was
greatest
not a
bounty hunter in the
fantastic
galaxy.
father to Boba Fett.
So-
He died.
He
Well, yeah,
died
but-
when he was a kid.
Well, yeah. No, well, you know,
Django,
well, it-
unbrained.
well, listen, it was better than just say I'm going to go get some cigarettes and never coming back.
That's true.
Yeah.
He could pull a Gendo. Like,
it
Oh.
always comes around back to Star Wars somehow.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, it's
apparently.
Slave
Yeah.
And this
yeah,
time,
exactly.
at least we
Johan.
have the excuse of him doing it before we do.
Yeah, let's just continue.
No, fuck you.
So for Arthur, he was lucky to have a father like his father in the movie, just like Boba Fett was very lucky to have Django as a father.
To be fair, who wouldn't? Okay. To be fair, who wouldn't want Django as your father?
Yeah, especially
Yeah,
with
he is,
just his head.
Unironically, he's probably one of the better dad figures in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
He was one of the few to not horribly maiming his own son.
Or abandon his son, or let his son kill him.
Or commit galactic genocide multiple times, you know.
Or try to lightsaber his nephew.
I see fighting expert. I see the meme. It's very funny. Thank you very much. It's very nice.
Let's go.
So was a sort of king in the sense that his DNA was used to clone an entire army.
Sort of king?
That doesn't make him a king!
That just makes him a father. So that means he abandoned his other clones. He's playing favorites.
To make Aquaman's father.
But to be fair, when you have over 1 million sons, I don't think you have the time to work with them all.
Take away from all of the
Come on, the Emperor of Mankind had plenty of time.
Yeah, and look how that worked out.
So
He only had
brilliant,
20, still couldn't
cinematography
keep him in line.
And brilliant writing in this movie.
He forgot 2 of them!
Perfectly, and
No,
gives
or
you
you
everything
killed
you
2
need
of
to
them.
know while not dwelling on any particular
Wait, to be
thing.
fair, we don't talk about those
Can we
two.
back up,
They do
please?
not
Many
exist.
Back up
movies
so that we can go back up a little bit, so that we can kind of like. Yeah,
really
let's.
important things that you need to do to establish the universe of Aquaman. So brilliant cinematography and brilliant writing in this movie. It really just sets all this up perfectly
Oh, okay. Then.
and gives you everything you need
That's
to
all I got
know
for you all
while
to say.
not dwelling on any particular thing.
Oh, good God.
Many movies that advocate a conservative worldview do so apologetically and somewhat cautiously. However, Aquaman is bold in its conservatism.
Oh my god.
And it very much does promote the idea
poor.
of the divine right of kings.
Yes,
Correct,
that is a
often
conservative
ignored
idea. In
No,
like the
Before
year
anyone accuses me of being
1400.
a monarchist,
That's a
let me just
traditionalism
tell you that all of the
ideal.
kings who are
That's
worthy
Which
of
is why the
traditionalism
label of
have all died
conservative
out,
is
their bloodlines are
bullshit
gone.
because it is
So
so
I am not
context
advocating
dependent.
Back up,
return to
please.
monarchy
Back
once
up. Back up. That was hilarious. Please, let's back up. Let's. Oh my
tell
gosh.
you
Yeah, I
that
don't see why people hate. Yeah, this guy's amazing. He's
Quiet!
Yeah, let's
Shut up.
back up.
Simp.
Well, back up a little bit more.
a correct, if often ignored, doctrine. And before anyone accuses me of being a monarchist, let me just tell you that all of the kings who are worthy to rule have all died out, their bloodlines are gone, so I am not advocating a return to monarchy. Once a divine bloodline is lost, it cannot be retrieved. However, if a divine bloodline dating back to Christ or one of the prophets from the Bible could be found, then we should definitely adhere to their rules since they were anointed.
Oh, you know what?
You know what? He's right. We should totally do that.
I got a question. Where do you have Dr. Crow's clip? Is like, oh, now something broke. Oh, there we go. My brain broke.
I don't think so. I don't think I do.
Because that's me right now. Like, the Bible does not.
This guy's got to be some kind of devout Catholic, or at least his character is.
Yeah.
No, not even Catholics. God. Not even Catholics would go this far.
Yeah.
At least not in this century.
Yeah.
No, or even in the previous centuries. It's more like they.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I actually have something.
But you're fucking wrong. You're so fucking wrong. You're wrong. You're lying.
Yes.
Yeah,
that is like this is theologically this is borderline theological heresy for most Christian denominations, including Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy.
The divine right of kings is basically just your mom and your dad happen to have the genetic material of kings based on only the fact that they were sitting on the throne.
Like, they took the throne, and the church recognized that this is a legitimate claim to the throne. That's
When
it.
your
That's
family tree is a dowel rod.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing connected to any connection to, like, people who wrote the Bible, who are in the Bible, or Jesus. Like, no. It's just that the church simply recognized this king as legitimate.
And that by virtue of the fact that that king was legitimate, his son is therefore legitimate because the only reason why that person is there is because his dad was king.
Yeah, it's much like in the East, in China, they have the mandate of heaven thing, but rather that was more a retrospective thing, saying like, oh, the reason why this dynasty failed at the end is because they lost the mandate of heaven.
Yeah.
And, you know, even us Jews would not put the son of David on the throne anymore, because no.
Could we just continue?
Yeah,
My brain.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Hey, you're the one that's prolonging this, not me.
Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah.
I want to listen to the amazing of this
But this
video.
is not quite the place to go into that. We're trying to avoid contemporary politics and just talk philosophy and Aquaman.
That's
So let's
not
get
contemporary
back on
politics,
track.
dude.
Whatever you say.
In the movie, Aquaman is special and powerful because he is the son of a queen and he has royal blood. And this royal blood.
No,
That is like
he's a half-breed.
opposite of what American conservatism respects.
Yeah.
Like, this is more respecting on
This is blue
traditionalists.
blood-ism.
This is traditionalist. This is traditionalist monarchist.
And the nephew had something to say. Like, it seems like he is special in terms of he has royal blood, in terms of he can breathe on land and on the water. And
Oh no, my thing was, he's not special because he has royal blood. He's special because he's a half-breed.
That's never made sense to me.
And also, he's the only one who can talk to fish, which apparently did not occur since the time of King Atlan.
So he's basically just a genetic anomaly.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's special because he's a half-breed. I think that just, like, is incidental to...
It's more of an insult.
Yeah. Like, I don't...
Personally, I think there was probably some inbreeding going on.
I don't think so. I think that they have a big enough population to prevent that.
Yeah, but it's also a monarchy. You do remember what monarchies used to do, right? They used to marry cousins, even if they weren't marrying brothers and sisters.
Well, he's not marrying his cousin. He's marrying a...
I think she's talking about before Aquaman.
Yeah,
I'm talking about his mother.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about how the new genetics might have brought an old talent to the surface again.
Yeah, it could be just like, oh yeah, we just inbreeded so much that we forgot to use this simple ability. And then all of a sudden it just takes one descendant to go, you know what, I want something outside of the royal families. And it's like, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Habsburgs. I am well aware of the Habsburgs.
Dude, don't remind me, I still have a grudge against Austria.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, the uncle-niece marriages. Thank you, no.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Yeah, let's keep going.
You can go.
He cannot. He is better than other people.
Oh.
Just like kings are better than their subjects.
Oh.
No.
We just
and all the people from England and all the people from England and America said no.
Also,
we just went there.
He really did go there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Also, the English Civil War says hi.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Cromwell
The
says,
Revolutionary War,
actually.
too.
Ireland says hi. Ireland says hello there.
Thing I use the English Civil War because the English Civil War was the first time in history that a king was put on trial, found guilty, and executed by his subjects.
Okay. What the
Yeah.
hell was that?
Yeah.
What the
And then the French Revolution did it, only on a mass scale with a bunch of people.
And it wasn't just nobility.
Yeah, it was like lots of people because the Committee of Public Safety were nuts.
Yeah.
You disagree with the You disagree with the committee. Off to the guillotines with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
It's just a fact, not an opinion.
Oh!
Oh! Oh,
Just
no, you freaking idiot!
Just continue. Remember, this is half a troll. He's probably half joking at this point.
Yeah,
But why
I
do we
think
even
he is.
respond to this if we ain't supposed to laugh at it?
We'll be laughing at it.
Because we're allowed to have fun, White.
Yeah.
Yes, it's written in the Constitution. Unfortunately.
John Adams did it, along with the spider claws.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stop them because they were hiding behind a small rock, so I was defeated instantly.
You didn't even exist. You had to be written into existence. You never existed in the first place.
That's just
You're
your
not even-
opinion, Wolf.
You're also the brainchild, literally, of D&D. George R. R. Martin's not gonna do the one-eyed dragon. The
No! Stop denying my existence, you fuck!
I deny your existence. I deny your very being. I deny who you are as a person. I deny everything
Well,
about you.
Enough.
So White Dragon is the dark one from Wheel of Time? Let's keep going.
Fuck you!
Alright, let's continue.
No.
Look throughout history. How many
Hey, Alex,
subjects
say
of
hello.
Gilgamesh were greater than Gilgamesh? 0. How many were equal to Gilgamesh?
Oh, okay.
Actually
That's just a fact.
Epic of Gilgamesh as
What's your categorization of better? Because I'm pretty
Enkidu
sure.
was able to hold him. The Enkidu was able to hold his own against Gilgamesh. So
And both had the.
Gilgamesh was a freaking bastard.
Yeah.
kind of is,
Well,
yeah.
He made it a rule. He was so insecure of his own manliness that he made a rule that he had to sleep with the wife on every wedding night before the groom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's just a fact. It's like, well, you know, everybody else was stupider than this guy. It's a fact. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Like,
Okay.
Enkidu at least had a chick lay on the ground presenting herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Gilgamesh at anything. 0.
Oh my god,
Queen
yeah.
Atlanta is dressed up and acts as a queen in every single scene.
Oh.
She never tries to hide her identity, and she is never ashamed of her royal dignity. If we compare her
Define
to
dignity.
even Padme
Yeah.
/ Amidala from episode 1,
Oh my
what we
god.
see is that
Amidala.
Padme often tried to hide her identity a little bit because she didn't want anyone to know she was a
Padme.
queen. She would be willing to cast aside her royal identity for short periods of time. Queen
No.
Atlanta, however, is very proud of the fact that she's a royal, and
No.
Two different circumstances. Like, holy shit.
Different circumstances. She had to have doubles to protect her life.
And she's not a fucking god being, like, with superpowers. She's just a
Yeah,
person.
she's not. So
Yeah, she's an ordinary person.
yeah, she's not even force sensitive.
No, she's not.
She's like 14 if I remember
She's not.
correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's a
14
baby.
in
She's
the
a
first
baby.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's baby.
Like, yeah, she's like my little sister is now 14, so it's like my 14-year-old sister being elected queen of a country, which is so dumb.
Yeah,
Well,
that is,
yeah, it's dumb, but we can.
Yeah, but I will also say, Carl say Sailor. So Gilgamesh was true, but also Christianity have we just blessed me so hard? Technically, no. No.
Oh my god.
It's
Gilgamesh came first.
Yeah, and plus, like, you could... Gilgamesh is a myth, right? Is clearly a myth. And...
Gilgamesh never existed.
Yeah.
Done.
Like, if there was a person named Gilgamesh, he would be, again, much like King Arthur, totally different person, and...
Definitely didn't have a beast man for a best buddy as his sexual life partner.
Done.
Yes.
Done. I just thought of the epic cross battle. Adam versus Remarkable Republican on the prequel.
Oh no.
Oh god, that would be funny.
Remarkable Republican will flex on them.
It was a battle that would span days. Yeah.
Okay, can we continue?
No.
Yeah.
She advertises openly to people, yes, I am a queen, and yes,
I'm a
I am
queen.
better than you. If you don't like it, we'll fight, and I'll kick your ass with my trident.
Oh my god, no.
Her candor and her upholding of natural order and hierarchy. Atlanta is brave, bold, selfish, and valorous. In other words, she would be a true king if only she had a penis.
Oh god, fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Go fuck yourself.
I'm not sure how Latin culture works, so...
I just love it where, like, Republican is like, I'm like... There's only one moment where
Yeah.
Sorry, Becca. You just can't be a ruler.
Hey, Alex Hale, is that a Fates reference?
I think probably.
That's Fate. Yeah, that's Fate.
I've heard tangentially about Fate, so...
another Fate reference. King Arthur is actually a woman.
Yes, I know.
At least in one timeline. Another, she's a maid, and another, she...
Just stop. Just stop.
Stop.
My inner mythology fanboy is going nuts with rage. I'm like, you're nearly making me ask Dunn to press my other intro. Right.
But hey, wait, Ninja. There is one timeline where it is a man.
You know, one. Now we need to. You know what? Now we need to watch Avalon High. Has anybody else heard of that movie?
Oh no, that sounds like. Oh no,
what the hell is that?
That is King Arthur in high school.
No.
Oh Lord.
Doug, listen really carefully. How about no?
Oh, come on, it would be amazing. It'd be better than Kirk Cameron.
I would join in on that one. Like, I need to have my own torture. I need my.
At least it's better than Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas.
That's debatable.
Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas was better than making him a fish.
Oh no, and basically like King Arthur exists, and they're trying to, basically this girl thinks that the high school jock is the reincarnation of King Arthur, and then his best friend and his girlfriend are Lancelot and Guinevere.
Oh no!
and then like his stepbrother is Mordred.
Quiet.
Just stop. Okay, but just continue the video. Continue the video.
Mordred is what I feel when I hear that that's a thing.
She's far from being just an empty vessel now. Okay.
Now, many women are simply the transmitters of genetic material. And you don't have to be very special to be a royal woman. However, when you have a royal woman who is special, that means that her son will be incredible.
Okay.
Alexander.
It's just a fact.
Oh, good God.
Well, he will be special, and shut up. Fuck you.
Let's just go.
Yeah, you can go.
The Great, his mother was someone who was an
Now
incredible.
I think of the great
and that's
Iskander.
why Alexander
6 foot,
was able
6
to
foot
conquer
tall wolf.
all of the
And also-
barbarians.
He is
build
talking
on
about
the-
Excander.
Oh my god, Burger King.
What the?
He is talking about Excander.
Royal
Uh,
superiority.
well-
Yeah.
I know.
Oh man.
Okay.
Previous point, the movie is
I want
very
a
clear
burger
that
now.
people of
Oh,
royal
good
blood
God.
are inherently
Ah.
superior to people without it. Only Atlanteans who have royal blood are able to breathe on land and in water. This is a code of sorts for a historical reality where if we look at kings who are legitimate and are of the proper breeding,
Oh no.
they know how to govern in a mundane day-to-day sense. They know how to run their kingdom.
Yeah, it's their blood that makes them smart. It's like
Mm.
World War
no.
One says
Boring.
hi.
Like,
World War
I just imagine they just come out of the womb and they have a pen and paper and they're just writing stuff down. Like, yep, all right, this is how you do your tax policy for today. Like it's just genetic or some shit.
And it's like, it's getting to the point where all I want to say to this guy is just some version of sawed off.
Mm-hmm.
How about fuck you?
Yeah,
Something like
basically.
Or this.
I will hunt you down and kill you!
Yeah.
that. I will rape you. There we go.
Or
Those
this.
people.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What do you mean?
Oh no, that's the fucking milk scene, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. This
Oh. Just make it stop, please. God damn, I didn't need to see
14 more minutes. We're halfway there. Whoa, we're halfway
yeah,
there.
Yeah, it was not because of the
It wasn't because of his
biological-
mom.
It was because
It
his
was
dad
because
trained to
his
be a military
dad-
genius.
Yeah. His dad
Well-
raised him to be that way.
Well, also, Alexander was also his own
Naturally
genius.
gifted.
Yeah,
was
his own
naturally
genius.
gifted.
Like, not to, take away from Alexander's accomplishment. It's just that, like, he also had help. It was like perfect storm
Yeah, it was
for
his
making
dad.
him a great guy.
His dad was just as good.
And it's more like, and it's honestly more likely that like his mom was suspected of being the person who hired the assassins to kill his dad.
You don't
Yeah.
need the bow before the Burger King. Alright.
Them as well, how to expand, all that, and they also understand how to establish moral standards. Only
Oh,
true
God.
kings set up laws.
You know, just only kings can establish moral standards. Just like regular people, nah, fuck them. They don't know how
Yeah,
to do that.
it's not
Then
like
how come? Then
It's
how
not-
come there are like basically no monarchies anymore?
Yeah, and the only monarchies that
Quiet.
exist are shell monarchies.
Yeah.
and it's not like there's another organization that is outside of government that establishes moral standards. Like we don't know what that is. That
That's
it
just
never
okay.
happened.
Yeah,
bunch
he's
of
like,
bigots.
yeah, I love how like Crimson Scorpio is just like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely.
That's not how any of this works, you freaking
Well,
idiot.
okay. Oh man, look at the bottom slide. We never see one example of a no-name talking down a royal or an aristocrat. It is understood hierarchy of ability.
Oh, poor.
Let's just
say.
continue. Let's
Yeah,
go,
let's keep
go.
Go Power
That
Rangers.
last and guide their people to prosperity. In this movie, we see 0 instances of a no-name loser taking down a royal or an aristocrat.
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
Yes,
literally
border
what the
security
movie's
did.
about?
only recognized
Border
as
security
part of
actually took down.
security.
but it also shows it in practice. Any
Oh.
of these commandos who are sent out against Aquaman are simply cannon fodder. They have no chance. They are inferior fighters.
Except for those
They are
border
not
securities.
blood.
Apparently, they were the best guys in the
And
Atlantean
again,
military.
Alexander
It
earlier.
was a
Apparently.
He was
huge
a
arc
great
for
ruler. Not
Aquaman to
only
learn to
did he
fight
know
with
how
the
to run
trident.
an empire, but he
Wait,
was a far better
wait.
general than
Did he
anything
just
the
call
Assyrians.
Arthur Alexander?
Probably it's the text.
Probably the
Annals.
text, yeah. Probably the text.
Oh my god. Whatever.
I had to.
Oh no, we lost Dragon.
Oh dear.
Oh, White died.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, White died.
Somebody's got some background chatter.
That
It's
would be
done.
mine. Yeah. That would be
Don't
mine,
you have
unfortunately.
any headphones you could use?
I am wearing headphones.
Then why?
Because
It's the microphone. It's picking it up.
Yeah, because I have a meeting microphone, not a what is it? A like microphone right in my face.
I just got like a violation or something. I'm somehow on fucking Chrome. I was like, okay, I violated something.
Mm-hmm. I guess so. Alrighty, let's keep going, shall we?
Uh-huh.
Throw at him, and that is why he conquered them. So, this is something
That's why
that is also rooted in a deep understanding of history.
No, it's not.
One thing that I really admire about Aquaman is how tightly it's written. The movie correctly identifies royal superiority and then adheres to this principle.
Yeah, this is a
Oh my
fucking
god,
parody.
this is so stupid.
This is more support of traditionalism.
Yeah,
This is the support for parodyisms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're wasting time even listening to this guy. I'm waiting for him to kind of get to a point where he's going to say, in the Bible, all the kings of the Jewish land were good. He would. He would, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he would be totally wrong on that.
We need some fucking amazing Locust PlayStation defense type shit. Like, where he just goes crazy, just acts like a man-child or something. That's what we need.
That would be
without
amazing.
any
Yes. Amazing for the Amazing Republican.
exceptions or deviations.
Oh.
It is remarkable.
Oh my god, he
The
just
only
his name.
characters in the movie who are able to affect change are royals: Arthur, Orm, Mira, Atlanta. These are the 4 royal characters we meet in the film, and they are the only people who could reasonably be considered either protagonist or antagonist in any meaningful sense.
No.
Yes, there is the
No.
one black
No.
pirate guy, but he is just Orm's guy. He is a
No,
hired
he's
thug.
not Worm's guy.
Yeah. The only characters who have knowledge or wisdom in this film are either royals, like the aforementioned Big Four, or nobles like
Wisdom, quote unquote.
Romulus is the only Roman who mattered according to Aquaman because he was a king.
No.
And he was
No,
a
that's
person
not what he
whose
was
statue
saying.
used to
He was saying
indicate
all
the
of these are
location
really important
of a
people,
sacred
but
relic.
Romulus is the only
that
king
reason.
among them. That's
So
exactly
once
what he
again, we see
said.
all of this coming together. Aquaman valued tradition. Tradition says that only kings matter.
Countering.
The Romans would have told you that
I don't
Romulus
care,
was
go for
greater
it.
than the various generals and other people
Ugh.
assembled around him in that circle of statues. And again, Alexander
Okay,
was
take
not
that
the
off,
only
please.
Greek
It
general.
covers everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the
Yes,
only
you
characters the only characters with knowledge or wisdom are royals and nobles like Volko.
Volko.
William
And Romulus was the only one that mattered because he was a king. Yeah, no, that's not what Arthur was saying. Arthur
No,
was naming each of the Romans standing there and
Yeah,
said,
it's part of a clue. It's part
Yeah,
of a clue.
the clue specifically said
Clue.
king, not ruler. Not the best ruler.
yeah, all the others, I believe, were Roman emperors.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Why is he so obsessed?
Everybody
he's a
stopped
parody
caring a
character.
few 100 years back.
Yeah.
Well, America was the one that first really stopped caring. Everyone else took about 200 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried it and everybody else thought it was so cool they ripped us off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What? They are so uninspired.
And then and then unfortunately we have a bunch of monarchists come from our nations.
I make fun of stupid people.
Yeah, and plus we're not anti-communists. We have Sailor. We have Carl Sailor here.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine with him. He's cool.
He's the
Yeah.
good. He's a good comic.
He's a nice comic.
He's a nice commie.
To ever exist. However, he was the only person who could have defeated so many Orientals when he invaded the Assyrian Empire.
He was the only one because he had a crown.
What Orientals, Assyrian Empire?
Not Assyrian. It's the Persian Empire, not the Assyrian Empire.
Yeah, you idiot. Ugh.
And
Well, I'm glad you
Orientals
guys
was
are
just
here. History's not my strong suit.
Orientals just means Asians back then. It was just another word of saying it.
Yeah.
Also,
What a
like,
bigot.
also Alexander the Great beat the Persian Empire, not the Assyrian
Yeah,
Empire. The Assyrian Empire was dead by that point.
The Syrians were so bad that they no longer existed.
Yeah.
By then, yeah. They were beaten by
Persian.
someone else.
Well, it was a civil war. Then the Babylonians kicked their butt, and then everyone just says there were no Assyrians around. They no longer exist. There are no Assyrians.
There are no Assyrians in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And he has like a watch and he's holding over your head. There is no the Syrians.
That
There
is a good question. Just wait. Maybe Renegade Cut is going to make more sense than this.
Yeah, this is...
I doubt that that's going to be the truth, but knowing what kind of videos you find, I doubt that. You see, everybody, he's a fucking sadist, I tell you.
Yeah.
You don't need to convince everyone that. We already knew since the very beginning.
All right, let's go.
In the way that he did
Too late.
over the course of like 3 or 4 years. So this is something that Aquaman drives, and it's also something that is historically completely correct. So all the credit in the world to the writers of Aquaman for having the balls to point out the truth in a world that is increasingly left-wing and delusional.
Damn.
Oh, God.
Earlier I said that I wasn't going to talk about Marvel, and I'm going to have to break that promise. So, Marvel is a company which does not value tradition in any way, and it promotes the
Not
communist
anymore.
agenda every chance that it gets. The one thing that Marvel did that
Oh
was
my.
truly great was to invent the character of Captain America during World War II.
Oh,
Captain America is such
Before
an obviously
World
great
War II.
character that DC has actually paid Marvel to have Captain America make appearances in some of their films.
what?
So,
What?
you know, when
What?
Marvel's right, they're right. Once in a while, they'll get something.
That
correct.
never,
Accident.
ever happened.
I think that's a joke. It's a joke about the comics. It's a joke about crossover comics.
The worst... Well, the worst part is, he's saying in the films. Like, when has Chris Evans ever been in a DC movie?
Or like a Captain America comic. Where did that show up?
Yeah.
Well, it's in his opinion, so you can't criticize it.
Oh, good Lord.
Man.
We all learned that from video essayists. Come on, get with the times.
Something that
Isn't
happened
this
before
amazing?
Stan Lee and his communism.
No, I find it quite boring.
Before
'cause
Stan
he's
Lee
a
and his...
parody
Very
character.
What? Stan Lee and his communism?
What?
Bum, 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 bum,
How
bum,
dare you?
bum.
Stan
What's
Lee's
next? Is
Jewish.
Dick Hill a fascist?
Yes, Ditko. Ditko is totally a left-wing fascist. Somebody who's known for supporting Iran.
Yeah, Ditko is more to the right than all of us put together.
It's really hard to be upset with this guy because we know he's just a parody. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't.
We can't. It's mostly a joke because he doesn't think this way. Though we're going to be doing a man who is just as much of a meme, but he's actually serious in a bit.
Oh, great.
And took over and ruling the company. Anyway, one thing you'll notice about Marvel is that their new direction is a lot less like Captain America and a lot more like Deadpool. Deadpool is someone who has no respect for tradition, and he also is willing to make a joke of anything. Yep. Nothing is sacred to Deadpool, and that is why he is
not true. Deadpool doesn't kill kids
on the superhero scene. He makes light of things that are very serious and very important.
Like
However,
what?
Aquaman is the exact opposite of Deadpool.
Like Deadpool is a joke
Aquaman,
on
both
anti-heroes.
as a movie and as a character, always
You failed me for the last
tradition
time,
and
brain.
never mocks that which is sacred.
The funny thing is that Momoa's iteration of Aquaman is actually a huge joke and a very lighthearted take on the
This
character.
is a very serious thing.
He is
Being a king
nothing
is something which
like
deserves
his comic
a great deal
counterpart.
of reverence.
It's actually, it's more like it's a lighter
is
take on the
higher
90s Aquaman.
It would be like comparing a local king of, say, Switzerland to an emperor like the
Local
Roman
king
emperor.
of Switzerland.
There's no real
good God.
comparison.
Was Switzerland ever a
the other one
monarchy?
is far more
I
exalted.
think it might have been, but I don't remember.
When he wants to fight his brother Orm, King Arthur knows that he will need to claim the title of king in order to be taken seriously.
Crumbling
If
up
he's
a water
Arthur,
ball.
the illegitimate son
Yeah,
of
there
the
were
next
kings.
queen, then he is a nobody. However, if he is the king, people will respect him.
I thought I
because they
muted
know that
myself.
kings are
That
favored.
Arthur is the older brother, I'm pretty sure.
Other people
Kings are favored by the heavens. What?
So Mandate of Heaven, all of a sudden we went to China.
Yeah. You done? You need to write this stuff down for your books.
Yeah, these are like give you great book ideas.
Yeah, because you can have like idiot characters in your book. And you can just
Like
have
this
them,
will be part of the Dragon Blaster sequel.
Yes,
No,
this
I
could be
already
like This could be like a crazy homeless person just spouting off nonsense.
Honestly, yeah, that might actually be funny. Yeah.
Simply are not. Royal blood is great, but if both you and another person have it, it doesn't give you an advantage. The title of king, however, does give you that advantage.
No.
And after
I thought you said royal blood is important, but now it's not. It's it's title of king now. It is.
No, it's no. What he means is that if you are a prince going up against another prince, you have to ascend to the throne to have any kind of advantage.
But in order to ascend the throne, you need to defeat the other prince. So, catch-22?
Yeah. And the most easiest way is simply hire assassins.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do with this, what I'm going to do is, I know I'm definitely going to do the pansexual raccoon as a, like, Saturday morning cartoon in the style of Captain Planet, because Captain Planet did something like this with their AIDS episode. So
don't remind me of that.
What?
For an episode on AIDS, it was surprisingly cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you have never heard of that, Mr. White Dragon. The Captain Planet did an episode that was basically a long PSA about AIDS.
Captain Planet.
You don't know heard of Captain Planet.
Is he like a planet as a captain?
Oh my goodness.
It's basically an environmental superhero.
You are so young.
That or you're so boomer.
You poor baby!
I was.
Boomers know who Captain Planet is. In fact, they made him.
Okay, who is it? How is it? Is it like a comic book? Because I never like.
No, it's a
cartoon.
90s
It's a
cartoon animation series about a team of young teenagers giving special rings that control elements of the earth, which includes heart. Including heart.
So,
And-
Lord of the Rings?
No.
No. And then when they decide to shout out their element name at the same time, they form a super powerful being called Captain Planet. And they're
Imagine if 4 people or 5 people had one stand.
No, it's not even a stand. It's not even that.
Well, it is certainly homoerotic.
If they bind together, are they like non-binary or something?
Captain Planet is most likely is. He's a blue guy with a green hair, green mullet, and red red bikini.
It's not. It's not really a detriment. It's just like I only know about Captain Planet because of the Nostalgia Critic video. It's actually one of his better videos, mostly because
Because it was forever ago.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh, we got 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes, people.
He fails in his initial bid to seize the throne. Arthur then has to go on a trip to find some relics and really fully claim his Atlantean heritage. So basically the reason why he wasn't able to claim it in the first place is because he was not in tune enough with Atlantis, since he had been living too long on the surface. Even though he was more of a man than his
Finally
brother Orm,
won
he still
because
needed
they
to be
fought
more
in
tuned
the
to
air
tradition
rather than the
and his
water.
values and the ways of his people in order to
And
be their king.
And Arthur
Truly
got
their king,
Excalibur,
you have to fully
essentially.
represent them.
Well, yeah,
one
but
person in our
that
time
doesn't
who did a
equate
fantastic
learning
job of honoring
anything
our
about
tradition
his people.
and keeping us afloat.
It's
during
more
a
like
time
he
of
learned more
crisis
about himself.
Was George W.
Yeah.
Bush. He always stood at attention
George W.
Yeah,
Bush was
clearly
always
fake
put
conservative.
art,
No
and
modern
he
conservative
was
will actually say a
respectful
kind
of
word
our
about George
traditions
W.
in every
Bush.
conceivable way. So, in many ways,
So, are you saying
Aquaman
that he
is
was a
the
good
movie
guy because
equivalent
he
to
said-
George
stood
W.
for the
Bush
Pledge of
in the
Allegiance?
sense of really
Oh my
respecting
God,
tradition
no!
and not mocking that which should never be
It's
mocked.
more
No.
like it seems more to me more
According
like George
to
W.
a lot
Bush.
of
Oh my goodness, his voice changed.
left-wing, postmodernist, revisionist histories.
Oh my goodness.
We shouldn't view history as just a bunch of great men going around changing things. History is the history of groups, and all these marginalized people like women and minorities.
That's literally
did
what
things that were
Marxists
significant.
believe. There's
Well,
two
that's
major
Look,
theories
women
of
were present
history.
when great things were done,
And
but
he's
they were
saying that
simply
the
in
Marxists
background
don't
washing
believe in the
clothes,
Marxist theory.
or
No,
they
he's saying
were
that they
working
don't
their
believe
shit
in the
brothel.
great
They
man.
weren't doing anything that
Great
really
man.
drove history forward.
Oh
What
my
drove
God.
Like
history
actual
forward
history is a
were
bit
great
of a
men
big
who
mix
did
of both.
great things.
Oh
It's
my
like-
Yeah, it's basically
And
reciprocal,
Aquaman
chicken and egg
understands
between the
that
two.
perfectly.
Yeah, you
History
can't
is
really
the contest of great men doing great
trying to
things.
figure out which is more
And
important,
when
great
two
men
equally
or
great men who
the
want to do
environment.
different
It
things
just
have a
pulls out your
disagreement.
hair out.
That is when conflict occurs. Both hero and villain in this movie are manly and brave. Aquaman
I wouldn't say Orm is manly at all.
Is no coward. He's just
Wait,
deeply
did you guys
misguided
not
for
see
reasons
like
that
his
we'll get
pros
into.
versus con screen? He had completely nothing
And
but
the
pros.
contest between the
Yeah.
two half-brothers
Yeah.
was over the exact right thing. The things that wars should be fought
What the
over.
hell is that?
This
That was my phone.
is basically just a list of the
Sounds
reasons
gay.
why one should be willing to fight in a just war. Tradition,
Fuck war.
legitimacy, which
No.
of course only applies to a period when we had
Oh
monarchs.
my God.
It doesn't really apply as much now. Strength and morality. Those are the things that they fought over, and as you might guess, Aquaman won. But before we get to the point where he won, we still have other things we need to get to.
Fuck
How about
off.
One of the things that's really
No.
fascinating about Aquaman is that
Oh,
the villain, King
and
Orm,
our
Oh
is
no.
Oh no!
very
Did you
strong
really,
and a man.
really?
However,
Ah.
he is evil. And his evil is a very specific kind of evil, which makes him especially villainous and scary. He is a misguided leftist who has a fundamental misunderstanding of both geopolitics and.
Wouldn't it technically be aquapolitics?
Now,
Yeah,
Orm
it would
is someone who relies
technically
on the
be
support of the
aquapolitics.
establishment in his Atlantean kingdom. He relies on the support of other aristocrats and of other kings, like the king played by Dolph Lundgren. What Orm wants to do is unite all of the states of Atlantis against their will, so he is the personification of big government, and make war.
They're kings. They're both
over a fake
personifications of
threat
big government.
of pollution and global warming. Now, you could argue that he was simply power hungry, which is usually what drives leftists to be into environmentalism. But actually, I think that
kind of
he
just
genuinely
blocking this
believes
out.
it, and the reason I think that he's
Becca,
genuine
no! Don't
is
pull out your
because
radiant blade!
he later was willing to deal with Arthur and listen to their mother. Orm is a great leftist villain, and I think that he was inspired by the great leftist villains of history, like Stalin and Hitler. So
yes, he was totally inspired by them. He committed mass genocide on us at such an insane level.
And also, Orm is a bit more like Trump, where he blames the foreigners.
Yeah, wasn't one of his big deals like the surface dwellers have been causing war, you know, like that whole World War II thing, and have been polluting the oceans with their blown up ships and crap? Wasn't that like one of his major arguments to annihilate the surface or something?
Yeah, and much like people who says that like George W. Bush like knew about the attack on 9/11, like Orm purposely orchestrated an attack.
Okay, moving
on. It's part of why I think that he resonates so strongly, and why I believe that if there is some sort of award that goes out to the best villain of a movie in 2018, that Orm has to be the runaway favorite. Because not only
wasn't Infinity War in 2018?
Yes, Infinity
Yes.
War.
But Thanos is way more of a leftist villain than Orm was.
And he's a way better villain, period.
He's literally applying Malthusian logic to the entire universe.
Oh god, it's like... Does he live in a mirror world or something?
Yes.
I want to live in the world where DC makes good movies. Unfortunately, I'm stuck here.
Wait, Aquaman is a good movie.
I want to live in the universe where all movies are good movies.
Depends on... Well, I want to maintain The Room as a movie that exists.
No, I mean...
Also, I want to keep... Well, no, I want bad movies like The Room to continue to come out. I want, like... I want stuff like A Kid in Aladdin's Palace, or... What's a
So bad.
No, here's the thing. The Room was supposed to be good, and it was just a cosmic misfire. This is crappy on purpose. Why are we still here?
I don't know. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Remarkably evil and dangerous, but he was also extraordinarily realistic. And once again, just like everything else in Aquaman,
God, no.
Everything that happens here
I've
is
only watched the movie
informed by a
once. I
deep
kind of
and
forgot mostly
accurate
about it.
understanding of history.
No, it's not.
Only 15 years separated the two greatest events in Western and human history. In 1776, America had its revolution, and we set up a constitution to be our new king, with liberty and justice for all.
No!
In 1789 in France, however, they overthrew both the nobility and the monarchy, and then instituted absolute rule and chaos.
Yeah, conservatives don't like the French Revolution. The French Revolution missed the entire point of the American Revolution.
What Aquaman does above all else is reverse engineer the French Revolution. The French
we don't like the Russian Revolution for the same thing.
Contrary to nature, But Aquaman
like,
is all
no.
about hierarchy.
How
which
dare
is
you
the
call
real
our
first principle
Constitution
of
a
Western
cake?
civilization.
That's not what that piece of
In the
paper
movie,
is.
only important people are given major roles and are enabled to exercise power. In other words, only people who matter should matter.
Our king is
This
God.
is not
That was
crazy
the whole
thought.
point
This
for
is
a lot
the
of
thought
conservatives
of
about the
people who
Constitution.
built Western
God is our
civilization.
only king.
From Alexander, the great
Yeah.
conqueror of the
The
Orientals,
piece of paper is
to
not our God.
Charlemagne, to King Arthur. All of the great figures of Western civilization have understood this. Winston Churchill, Ronald Reagan, etc., etc.
Oh, fuck off!
The idea of
It's hard to
commoners or
take this.
bureaucrats
Calm down,
regulating royals and nobles is an insult to nature. Just like the idea of bureaucrats and regulators trying to tell the elite who drive the capitalist system what to do is an insult to nature and a complete reversal of how things
that's not
it's a
how it
perversion.
works.
It is immoral.
Do people actually think
Anyway,
this is what
Aquaman
conservatism
does
is?
it
Jesus
shows
fucking
exactly
Christ!
how these kind of
Yeah, this is corporatism.
When two
This is
great men have a conflict, there shouldn't be an arbiter, which is just some loser bureaucrat.
This is about the
with an
most
ultra
illustrative
suit.
explanation
It should be
of
another great
fascism
man
I have
who's
ever
even
heard.
I like
greater
how you guys are losing your minds
Yeah.
over this, but it's actually not even
That is
a
how
real
the
big
world
video.
works.
No, it's
Or
not.
should work.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
if people take
I'm
this
a remarkable
seriously,
Republican bringing you the truth with a truth-flavored bias, and I highly recommend
Wait,
that
truth-flavored
you go see Aquaman
bias.
once again.
What?
And
Oh,
really
good
appreciate it for
God.
the conservative Republican masterpiece that it is. I
Okay.
would say it is definitely the best movie.
We're
of
done.
2018,
The only thing
and
I want to
it
see on
has
this
already
video
entered
again,
into
or
my
a
all-time
comment,
top
I
5
hope to
movies.
God nobody thinks this
So,
is serious.
without any further ado, I bid you adieu.
Yeah, let's look at the let's look at the ratio. Yeah, let's look at the ratio. The ratio is 10 to 34. 3 to 1.
Only 44 people knew about this and gave enough of a shit to put a thumb on it.
Yeah.
and only 722 people actually watched this thing.
Well, 728.
Drivers.
Yeah, let's read some of the comments.
This is amazing video. Can't wait for EPAP to cover this.
Is this satire? I want to see the comment below that. If there is a comment below that, please, for the love of God, say yes. Is this satire? No, this is not that.
And we got
Oh, good
we
God.
got a
Oh,
remarkable
no.
Republican. No,
Oh,
it is
God.
not satire. Aquaman is a conservative.
Where in the fuck did you go to Republican school? You need to get your diploma refunded.
Wait,
Yeah.
there are Republican schools?
Yeah.
Wait, why are people attending nothing but liberal schools?
That was actually quicker than I anticipated for the fact that it was 30 minutes long. So,
Yeah, because none of us care.
Well,
Let it play.
Well, we managed to make it into
Atlantis
2
was a
hours.
parable made up by Plato. Go down so we can see the rest of the comments.
yeah, so it's like he's saying no, it wasn't. Plato drew on a true story and made up a few details to make some point.
No.
I love this.
Wait, I just want to read more about the trip being.
Oh, what is that Zogwart comment? Let's see, read more, because that's getting hilarious. The Lebensborn program. Jesus Christ.
Instituted by the Third Reich.
Managed to breed children of pure Atlanteans.
I didn't expect to
through
find the
careful
Third Reich here, or however that
There's
JoJo
like
reference went.
powers. These new Supermen will be. Oh my God.
Guys, I swear, it's-
Superheroes are for children. Find some taste.
This man isn't real. He's
Soon,
Steve
Dr.
Steele is
Ford
the
will have your
historian.
head for this.
I am so glad this guy gets no views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just
Clearly,
yeah,
everybody's
he's
just in
playing the
denial. I thought that
character
video was
in the
awesome.
comics,
It was horrible.
Oh god. Nah.
Just wait, now we get to do Renegade Cut, who is not
Who
a
for
troll.
sure is an imbecile.
Send the links, you fucks.
Just look up Renegade Cut Aquaman.
Wow, you have to actually make me type.
Yes, earn your keep, peasant.
I don't need to. I'm a zombie. I don't need to do anything. I can just
Yeah, if Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, then does Aquaman do whatever Aqua can? Which isn't much.
Which Aqua? Are we talking about Aqua from Kingdom Hearts?
Who was absolutely useful and amazing.
Actually, I was talking about Aqua from Konosuba.
Yeah, that was the other question.
My brain is melting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Kingdom Hearts one was called Aqua too.
Yeah.
Goody, a
Yeah,
guy who
she's
isn't
amazing.
just pretending to be stupid.
Yeah, I know she's
Right.
amazing. I just forgot her name.
How'd you forget her name?
Yeah, like, you forgot about that one Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that showed Aqua getting possessed by the bad guy? Like, oh no, it's evil Aqua! And people were freaking out.
She got Norded.
Yes, she got Norton.
Man, I need to finish Birth by Sleep.
Zayn Norton antivirus.
I'm still
And of course, the best Xehanort.
Look, it's short. It's only 7. It's only 7 minutes long.
Okay, I wonder how long we'll make this. So we got 1 hour and 51 on the clock right now. Let's see how
Before we
long.
do anything else, let's just look at this real quick.
Oh, nearly 3,000 likes
People agree.
versus.
Nah, it's over 3,000 comments total.
Uh,
Over 3,000 thumbs.
don't
You be-
ever
you be-
comment unless about what about in response
Tone
to one of
policing.
the tone policing. Oh man.
All right, let's fire away, shall we? Oh my god. Here we go.
Aquaman is the story of Arthur, the son of the Queen of Atlantis and a surface dweller. Arthur is the one true king of Atlantis, but he doesn't want to be king. Orm hates the surface dwellers, and this puts him into conflict with Arthur, and they fight, and this movie sucks. Aquaman is the perfect example of political neutrality, a stance in popular films in which contemporary issues are mentioned, even briefly commented upon,
What?
but largely without
What?
any hard
That's not
stance,
political
political
neutrality.
commentary, or
They're
even
taking
conviction.
stances on
Sometimes
fantasy
even
worlds.
without intent. This is sometimes done to
Please back
bolster
up a
a
little
weak,
bit.
flaccid plot, any hard stance, radical commentary.
Oh, hold
or
on, I heard
even
flaccid and
conviction.
hard, but in
And
one
sometimes
jump.
even without intent. This is sometimes done to bolster a weak, flaccid plot, and sometimes simply as an unavoidable byproduct of a movie in which any systems of power and influence are depicted. Aquaman ever so briefly mentions environmental concerns, but only in passing and never with any conviction. Orm says he must save Atlantis from the surface world, and one of his reasons is that of ocean pollution. In the end, Aquaman saves the surface world from Orm, but leaves the status quo of corporations and politicians ruining the planet intact.
Because that wasn't the
Because
point.
that's Surface
Dennis
Heroes'
Aquaman
problem.
convinces Mera that surface
Yeah.
world equals good because flowers, and the audience is not.
Okay, can
meant
we
to
pause?
question
Pause. No, the whole point. Okay, we need to recap the plot. Apparently, the whole reason that this whole movie's conflict is that Orm hates the surface. Period. And also, Mira's mom hates the surface world. Period. And they're plotting so that Orm becomes Ocean Master, which is the title, so that he can make war on the surface world. Aquaman likes the surface world because, you know, his dad lives there, his local town is there. He really likes it.
Buddies on the Justice League live there.
Yeah. It's great for him. And
All of his friends are up there.
yeah,
Because
and so
that's where he's lived his entire life.
He gets to have booze.
Actually, wasn't the idea that Aquaman takes place before Justice League timeline
Nope.
one?
no,
They
it's
reference
kind of
it.
yeah.
They reference Steppenwolf in the past tense.
Yeah, so
Makes me wonder, what the hell were they doing during Man of Steel timeline?
Well, it seems like Aquaman was just helping out that little fishing village around. Like he just doesn't care. And Wonder Woman,
this whole civilization itself.
Oh, they're just at war with each other, or like they were like at something. Like they were just brewing.
Like this should have been a great concern to them, considering what's happening. Like the literal planet is.
Atlantis in general is just an isolationist nation.
Mm-hmm. It is.
They are certain to notice this because that was happening in the ocean too.
It's like, what if Wakanda was really, really wet?
Yeah, but
basically,
it's like it made more sense than Wakanda.
Yeah, like that's just a flaw with the greater context of like the DCEU, right? Not so much about this film specifically.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really take it in context.
It's mostly just because the DCU has just mostly been bad.
Yeah, but and also very disconnected from each other.
Oh yes.
But anyway, so Orm and Mira's dad wants to go and take out the surface world, and Aquaman likes surface world, and like Mira's arc is essentially her liking the surface world, understanding why Aquaman likes the surface world.
It's basically Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure in the comics, Arthur does get on the surface world's ass about their pollution.
Oh yeah,
but this is
so does Namor in Marvel to the point where he's basically a villain.
Yeah, especially once Arthur becomes king of Atlantis, because now it's no longer he's just a guy hanging out who visits the oceans, being like a superhero. He's now a ruler of a nation, so the people's concerned about that. But that's not the point of this movie. This point is not like
it's to be an action adventure movie.
Yeah, and Orm's only brought up pollution and stuff just to give flimsy excuses. He just wanted to wipe out the surface world to begin with.
Yeah, he hates them, period. So he's only going, they're doing this, this, and this as an excuse. He was going to do it no matter what we did.
Also, sometimes pollution occurs by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, do you think all these oil companies want to have their profits spill into the ocean? No! They go through enormous expense to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like evil companies, like, this is evil corporations, we're gonna purposely dump oil on the ocean. Like, who on earth, like, nobody in this world thinks that, oh yes, I'm gonna purposely throw trash into the ocean because I want to pollute the ocean.
I mean, you never know, there may be just that one person, just that one that wants just to see the world burn.
And that's Orm.
Oh yeah, I remember that corporation. It was called Evil
Drown
Incorporated.
It'd be pretty hard to see the world burn if you flood it.
But
very poor choice of words.
Let's keep going.
Leaving the oceans and surface world to be more slowly destroyed by said corporations and politicians. Environmentalism is not a great theme for the film because the film does not want you to think about environmentalism or even care about environmentalism. Aquaman traffics in suburban environmentalism, the kind of white liberal, we should recycle mentality that does not correctly address
That's not even a thing.
Is
no,
the
it's
man-made
not.
result of corporate greed. If you blinked and missed this environmental message, you can be forgiven because it's so opaque that it may as well be a ghost.
Because it's not there.
Nationalist.
What? Whoa, hang on.
Racism, he believed.
It's so opaque that it might as well be a ghost.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's keep going back a little bit more.
Environmental message,
Holy
you can be
shit.
forgiven because it's so opaque that it may as well be a ghost. Orm is a nationalist, and as nationalism is often coupled with racism, he believes the surface dwellers must be eradicated.
Fuck off! Oh, fuck off, you!
It's racism.
Yes, it's automatically nationalism equals racism.
Or can we have Remarkable Republican back rambling dumbly about royalty?
No,
Well,
this
it
city
seems
is doing
like
way more
Becca is
damage.
apparently Rebecca is giving the win to Remarkable Republican.
Yeah.
Serve the sanctity and purity of his own people.
Oh my god.
No, that's not it. He just hates the surface world. That's
Partially
it.
because
I thought he had some kind of Freudian excuse where he hated Arthur specifically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Be-
he
right,
does hate Arthur specifically, but he also hates the surface world. So
he has he has mommy issues, like because his
Yeah.
mom was because his mom had Arthur and was sacrificed to the trench. That's where he really hates the surface world, because the surface world inadvertently killed his mom. At least that's what he thought.
it didn't kill his mom.
Yeah, he
his
would
mom
not.
escaped somehow.
Well, it's because like his mom defiled herself with a surface dweller, but she got sacrificed. So
Yeah, and also remember, his mom is a badass, so she survived the trench and ended up in the center of the earth.
Yeah. The Atlantean culture is really not all that great.
Oh yeah.
clearly, let's keep going.
The film never doubles down on this parallel. Orm's nationalism and racism is born out of a generic lust for power that can be seen in every boilerplate garden variety supervillain and Disney film antagonist.
Oh,
He's not a character with an agenda so much as a standard movie obstacle for our big lug who is too cool to have meaningful politics,
No.
ideology,
Too
or
cool to have
ideas.
meaningful politics.
Aquaman, a character.
All right.
You know, killing all the surface dwellers because your mother killed.
Your mother was a hamster and your father is what about the berries.
You know that stuff like that never really happened in real life. You know. When someone's royal mother got killed by some random nation or castle place, the son didn't want to kill everybody related to that particular event.
And I just love how he comments that Aquaman Arthur has no meaningful politics, ideology, or even ideas.
It's
like he's just a big lug. But he
kind of is.
But that's the fun part.
Okay.
And also remember,
that's the point. That's actually why I like Aquaman, is because he is a big lug.
Yeah, and also here's another thing. He's not just a big lug. He's a big hunky lug. I have to point this out because Neph was so laughing at like how hunky he was.
Who else thinks Jason Momoa kind of looks like Roman Reigns?
Yeah, but also it's like that's like part of his character. He's not like the typical modern hero where he's like smart or anything. He's
just himself.
He had no reason to care about politics until he became king. So of course he doesn't care about politics.
And then the movie ends when he becomes king, so we really have no idea what his politics could be, but theoretically, that's Aquaman 2's problem.
You know, I had to ask a question on behalf of George R. R. Martin. What's Aquaman's tax policy?
That's a lot of fish.
Wait, is that how they do money? They do it all in fish? Man, their wallets must be really a pain in the neck to carry around.
Pull out all the stops for George because fuck him. He deserves to get shat on for not finishing his book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
dude, we need book. Like
he would rather do fucking write for games and other shit instead of finishing his own damn books.
Wait, George R. R. Martin writes for games now?
Elden
Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring.
Huh.
Yeah, the From Soft Games Dark Souls.
Character, not the movie, is the I don't care about
Aquaman the character. Oh dear.
Not the
I don't care about politics. Back up a little bit, please.
Planet Fit Bug, who is too cool to have meaningful politics, ideology, or even ideas. Aquaman,
That's
the
because right
character
now
of the
his
movie,
politics
is the
don't
I don't
matter.
care about politics, Planet Fitness lunkhead to whom the audience is made to sympathize because an activist character in a film with confused politics wouldn't fit. The reason that Aquaman's politics seem confused is because the creators involved in making the film didn't give 2/3 of a shit about a message and merely used some razor-thin politics as background noise for this jumbled mashup of shark monsters and fishmen. The reason that Aquaman's thin politics are barely noticeable is because the film spends so much time overloading the senses of the audience with a waking nightmare of uncanny, far too shiny special effects. And finally,
it's not what I was thinking.
No, the
No.
film is beautiful. Like,
yeah, it is.
Like,
in fact, I'd go so far to say that it's as pretty as The Last Jedi is, but unlike The Last Jedi, which has no substance, there's enough here to actually be good.
Like,
Eye of the beholder. I could definitely see somebody thinking that the CGI is too much.
Well, yeah, it's too much, but the problem is that how would you do an Aquaman movie without a lot of CGI?
Yeah, because newsflash, humans cannot breathe water.
Yeah,
not without specialized help.
And also just like
I guess it's like the CGI just looks more cheap.
Actually, overall, it looks fine. Only the trench, I would say, is the ones that look really cheap.
Maybe it's just because all this stuff in Aquaman is just so uncanny and beyond anything that could possibly exist on the surface. It just looks that way because your brain knows, no, this cannot possibly exist.
Yeah, of course. Like, that's just more of like a suspension of disbelief aspect. It's not like it's not.
Yeah, it's not like that hatchet job of the fight scene at the end of Black Panther. I mean, what the hell is that PS2 bullshit?
Yeah.
It's not like that.
It's more of like you're literally jumping into an alien world, which honestly for Atlantis that should work. That should be a thing where you're going into a world that is completely different from the surface world.
Oh,
And it does work.
I almost forgot. So, who here has heard of his original Star Wars video?
Not me.
Not me.
He says he has two very amusing quotes. One is that Darth Vader is a RoboCop ripoff.
I'm pretty sure RoboCop.
RoboCop came later.
Oh, wait a minute. And Luke Skywalker's a queer or something.
Yes.
What?
Luke Skywalker has a lesbian haircut.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Does he also have a
I
video
think
where...
both the lesbian haircut came after Luke Skywalker and RoboCop came after Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, and Tywin Lannister is the apex homosexual.
And Luke had a mullet.
Okay, but just fine.
So-
Let's just refocus on Aquaman. I just want to focus.
Let's keep going.
Why are we talking about Aquaman? Spider-Man's coming out.
Dad, you're blocking the subtitles, you fuck.
To say that our world is because
maybe
the
you
movie
should
isn't
go back a
very
little
good,
bit.
and critics are aware of uncanny, far too shiny special effects. And finally, the other reason nobody cares about what Aquaman has to say about our world is because the movie isn't very good, and critics are more likely to extrapolate.
I'm going to wonder if he's going to explain this. So we'll
Yeah,
find out.
how is it not very good? But
You said that twice now.
Significant works of art than from garbage. With respect to the few think piece writers about this topic, Aquaman feels less a film designed to comment on contemporary issues and more of a film that follows a pseudo-Shakespearean concept mixed with Arthurian myth and a bro action-adventure movie. Yeah, it's way more the bro thing than the Shakespeare and Arthurian things. Perhaps I'm giving it too much credit. Some movies are
It's sort of the
structured so
bro
well that you
versus
can
the
find
Shakespeare
and assign
thing.
other structures to it, whether those structures exist intentionally or not. John Wick has been described as modern mythology by some, and as a condemnation of hierarchies, particularly capitalism, by others. The world
Oh,
building
God,
of the
fuck
John Wick
off.
trilogy is enough that audiences and critics can assign meaning and see parallels to how
But
our
isn't just John Wick
Yeah.
just like the real world with a guy who's really good
I
at
don't
shooting
know.
people?
Yeah,
For
that's
some
the,
stupid reason, I haven't seen it yet. Don't hate me.
that's
No,
as far
it's
as I
fine.
heard is that just the whole world of, because I haven't seen it, the whole world of John Wick is literally talking about the underworld of modern day. There's little fantastical elements.
Yeah.
What world building is he referring to? Because if it's just the regular world, what world building is
Basically,
it?
it's the world of the It's the Hitman universe.
It's
because
like
of,
they
the
didn't even
weird
make the guns
customs.
up.
Well, the weirdest thing is the thing about John Wick is has got some really weird world building, especially in the second two, where apparently like there's this whole like Hitman council that runs the world, and like there's this hotel for Hitman where you cannot kill anybody on Hitman hotel grounds, and there's one in every country, possibly even in various states.
Why is that a thing?
Because there's a whole organization of hitmen, and even like there are hitmen all over the world. Like there are hitman violin players, there are hitman sumo wrestlers. It's just
Who wrote this Suda 5-1?
I don't know. But
Unfortunately, we don't get that crazy.
It's like, Suda,
there's
you
a
do know
child
there are
who's-
more careers in the world than contract
Now-
assassin, right?
Okay, now I want to watch John Wick with the people who haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I wouldn't
seen
mind
John
watching
Wick.
it.
I'd like to.
I
I'm
have
in.
not seen it.
It is
Yeah.
pretty awesome. It is
I'm guessing
basically
the whole
what.
stream crew hasn't seen it.
Dang. Well, we need to watch it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sign me up.
But the thing is that yeah, Aquaman is more evoking of traditional mythological
Wait, Don, quick
journey.
question.
Yeah.
Are there Hitman janitors?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Actually, well, there's Hitman Hobo. There are Hitman Hobos in the second one. Second
Oh,
film. There's
good
whole-
lord.
Is
There's
there
literally a
is there Hitman preschoolers?
I don't think they're Hitman preschoolers, but there is a whole Hitman Hobo culture run by Lawrence Fishburne.
Wait,
yeah,
so
what's
let me get
that?
this straight. You telling me Morpheus took the Matrix to reality?
Pretty much, yeah.
John Wick is Neo.
Well, he does gung fu about as well as Neo, despite the fact that he's 45. And then
Hey,
he does
don't
the
bash
evil-
on 45-year-olds.
Well, I know he's 54. Maybe he was older, but he was nearly 50, and he still looks the same as he did in 1995.
Alright,
Hey,
let's
I want to be a 50-year-old someday.
Alright,
The way the world's going now, I'm pretty sure that won't happen.
let's go.
No.
world society works within the fictional secret society in the film series. The John Wick movies revealed the intricacies of the world mostly through visuals, allowing the information to wash over the audience in a way that feels satisfying. Down-to-earth visuals too, not CG. Aquaman's mythology and world building spills out in intermittent bursts of exposition, introducing us to various kingdoms seemingly at random intervals, and providing us with visuals that do not reveal their world so much as reveal the CG budget. The
What?
camera is a
No,
dizzying...
he's wrong. He's wrong on here. He's wrong.
No,
So,
he's
I was actually
absolutely
wrong.
right.
So I
Like
was
exposition, yes, on that, but it is actually meant to set up the world and like the whole
conflict.
kingdoms aspect is part of the core plot of the story.
wrong.
You know, if you have a really
So-
good artistic view and you want to display it, it's just because you have a big CGI budget, not
So-
because you have like arts and shit.
So I was incorrect. Keanu Reeves was born September 2nd, 1964. He is 56, so he was 51 or 50 to 51 when he made John Wick 1. And he doesn't look like he's 50. He's like, and he moves just as well in this as he did in Minority
Matrix.
Report. In The Matrix, yeah, pretty much.
Is he Tom Cruise come again?
No, he's just Tom Cruise's alien stepbrother.
Like, am I the only one who thinks that this guy is wrong?
Oh, yes. Because, well, everybody agrees that Renegade Cut is wrong because Renegade Cut's at his nuts.
Yeah,
Well,
we're talking about more interesting things like John Wick.
Yeah, and also, like, his main problem is, like, oh yeah, they don't need to use CGI to set up shots. John Wick is set in real world. John Wick is not a superhero flick.
Yeah,
It's like, his
with
concerns aren't
superhero
even
flicks, you're
real.
going to need some level of CGI.
And when you have the whole premise is, we're gonna do a live-action movie set underwater.
It kind of has
also-
to be CG
and also,
because
like-
people can't breathe underwater.
And also, this movie doesn't conform to my politics, and it's basically a dude bro fantasy movie.
Give me a second.
Yeah, and if it doesn't conform to retrograde cucks politics, then suddenly every problem has to be accentuated to like 20-fold.
Yeah, even though they're so minor.
There are so many more things you could pick Aquaman apart for.
But it's more about world building stuff that's not even like the only for example, like throughout last night we watched the movie again last night, and like Dunn kept on pointing out like he was always his biggest thing has been like the timing of to set up this quest, like how King Atlan of his own kingdom, how is that set up? Essentially, that was his whole problem.
That's my big problem, yeah.
And the movie is not perfect on that regard. That is like a minor world building flubble. It's not like in like you're screwing up of a historical event.
Yeah.
It's not world breaking like the Holdo maneuver was.
It doesn't break, but it also doesn't really build.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
I'm back.
I mean the hyperspace skipping.
Yeah, it's more of like it's more of something like you think about later. That just go, oh yeah, that is a flaw. That is a flaw with the world building. But
True. Yeah,
Shall we
remarkable
continue?
Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah.
Wide awake, bad drug trip. It spins during action sequences, signifying intensity, but also spins during sad moments, quiet moments, and loud moments.
Okay, so it's
Why
just
does that matter?
no,
Actually,
it's
it's
not
probably a
quite.
legitimate issue. That's just cinematography being kind of weird and spinning less because it's trying to convey some kind of purpose, and more just spinning because they have the technology and why the fuck not?
And
I feel
also,
like this is very subjective. I would feel because cinematography, like some people have different tastes.
yeah,
Well,
and
it-
also,
Yeah,
Some people
I
don't
have no
care about
problem with
cinematography at all.
I do have
One
to
at a
point this out.
time.
I'm sorry.
One more time. Ninja, then
Yeah.
whoever is next.
My big... The shots that he shows are not quiet moments. Like, there's... Like, the shots with Black Manta getting up his gear. That's just a part of a traditional, montage sequence that, like, oh, he's building up this gear. Like, this shot here is more of an action sequence.
Yeah. Why? And my question would be, why did he turn it in from a gun into a mask, and how is he able to like figure out Atlantean technology?
Like, that's the only, like... Yeah, that is a
It's a
question.
Yeah, let's just
Well,
say
yeah.
this person's technological skills question mark.
Yeah.
And he somehow like reverse engineers this Atlantean like prototype gun that turns water into plasma shots into a mask on that shoots laser beams on it from his face.
Yeah, that's what you get for... Unfortunately, that's what you get for just adding Black Manta. You have to explain that.
Or maybe you just don't have his eyes shoot lasers.
It's
Well, it's his iconic
stereotype.
thing. It's iconic comic book thing.
Yeah, it's a carryover from the comics.
Unfortunately.
You have to do that?
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's the
At
thing.
least, it's kind of that question of, do we want to be accurate and like look a little bit silly, or do we piss off the fanboys?
And honestly, this film picked the right choice because, again, this film is not supposed to be taken as like Dark Knight Rises. Like, this is a traditional mythological
movie in a universe that already makes no sense. So why bother?
I guess my major complaint with him is his helmet just it's just a little weird.
Yeah.
A little bit big. It's a
Yeah.
little
Oh
big.
my. If you think that's weird, I just looked him up on Wikipedia on who Black Manta is and like his powers and whatnot because I was kind of curious and I don't know this character that well. Apparently, he took a serum that cured him of his autism.
What? Is
more you
autism
know.
supposed to be a genetic?
He was cured of his autism and got superpowers from it.
Good God.
That is
I'm not
hilarious.
even offended. That's just.
Yeah.
It's like with the frickin' Predator movie that just barely came out, where apparently the predators are something.
So essentially, we learned today that Black Manta, no matter what, is just gonna be silly. When having a silly mask in a live-action movie is the least of your craziness.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, he's basically underwater Iron Man. Because everything that is not Iron Man is not Iron Man enough. Figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just say, like, the only thing, like, I feel like that's mostly subjective stuff, like, the cinematography, except for, like, Monster Hunter, where it's just cutting, like, every 5 seconds, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
God, Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
like,
Apparently,
that's
yeah.
not going against the film, I would say.
Yes, and it's actually like season 1 and 2 of Young Justice were pretty awesome. I haven't seen season 3 yet.
Justice.
Yeah, he's talking. Tyler Preston's talking about Young Justice. That's like the introduction of the new Aqualad. I'm not sure if they ported him over to the comics yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Alright,
Let's
Nothing.
keep going.
The camera does not present the audience with information. It just tells the audience
what do you mean by that?
It's just a cool shot.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. The nauseating zooming, upside-down shots, and random slow motion within action sequences present no weight or impact to the action. The overabundance and over-reliance on CG gives us a world that feels uncanny, never allowing the audience to be properly absorbed in the story or to feel grounded.
What?
But you don't need to feel grounded with a movie about people underwater.
This is not real. This is very
hero movie. It's not supposed to be grounded.
They were trying. This is not the Dark Knight trilogy where the first 2 movies are good. The third movie's bad, but the main thing that it was able to do was like it created like a reasonable world where Batman could exist. This is already in the DCEU. Man of Steel is built on an built in unrealism.
Yeah, but ignoring like the DC broader context of the DCEU on its own, it's a fantasy film that is set underwater.
Yeah,
you can't avoid CGI when most of the story takes place underwater.
Even Harry
Yeah, otherwise
Potter
you'd have a very
is the
surface
most-
level movie.
Like even Harry Potter, when it did its underwater sequence, like they put him in green screen and put him in water, and the rest of his surroundings, and not even the mermaids were real.
And the mermaids looked uglier in that one.
Oh, the movie. Yeah. Well, I think that was the point.
No,
of
those
the
are not
in that
mermaids.
movie.
Those were selkies, according to J.K. Rowling.
Okay, whatever.
Well, there were mermaids and selkies. There's also the Grindylows, and even in the movie they're mer people, not selkies.
Yeah.
No, that's what she said afterward.
Can I?
But
really?
yeah, it's
Really?
Yeah. Are we really doing the Twitter thing?
On Twitter or in the book? Since in the book they're mermaids.
Well, no. She said in an interview afterwards that those are not mermaids. Those are something else.
Well, that's outside.
If it's not in the book, it's not canon.
Yes.
Exactly. But it's like.
Yeah.
I love Capricorn's coming. I thought underwater stuff in Aquaman were real. Yeah, it's quite hard to be realistic when when your introduction to your villain, to your hero, is him doing a massive tidal wave across the world.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. It surprisingly took us 25 minutes to get through 7 minutes. That's actually
35.
35. The eye does not follow the action. The
Yes,
human
it
eye
does!
sees some objects clearer than others depending on distance.
Yeah, we don't
this
get
lines
no
up neatly
definitions
with how
of
focus
things.
works in film. Some objects are in focus, some objects are out of focus, and sometimes the focus changes
Okay.
from one shot to another, and sometimes within the same shot, called focus pulling. I have, rightly, mocked the Granny's peach tea scene in Batman v Superman, but I recently rewatched it for comparison, and it employs standard but adequate changes in focus to emphasize the jar, emphasize the senator, to emphasize Superman watching with the people out of focus, etc. This is not groundbreaking, it's just time-tested, well-understood filmmaking. It's how movies and our eyes work.
I'm looking forward to when people are gonna when Renegade is gonna praise Aquaman in reference to other movies.
Floating CG effect as its camera to switch from one perspective to another instead of changing focus to show distance.
At
and
least it
emphasis.
doesn't use shaky cam.
Visuals in Aquaman are bright enough
Yeah,
to pop, but
thank
so
God it
flat
didn't.
that they can't.
Why
Aquaman
did-
is crowded
Hold on.
with
What the fuck? Did you just say that?
enough to pop,
Our bright
but
enough to
so
pop.
flat that they can't.
What? That's a contradiction
Doesn't
right
make
there.
any sense.
That
What?
doesn't make any sense. The ocean
No, it's
is
not.
out of focus.
They can pop it, but they can't pop. Like, what the fuck?
I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what.
I
he
don't get it
means
either.
by this.
Amateur
I never-
cinematography critic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you don't focus is just one technique. He's criticizing saying this whole movie's bad because it doesn't use focus right.
Which.
See, have you heard of this thing called shot reverse shot?
Ever heard of
Saying,
ever
like,
heard
I
of
don't
a
give a
spinny
shit?
cam or a wide shot, a close shot?
Well, the nice thing is, at least this Aquaman does not use shaky cam, which I think is a very would normally do.
At least it
Like,
doesn't use
it's
a bunch of stills like Game of Thrones.
That too.
Or like a shaky cam, or put the camera so close to the action that you can't see the choreography at all.
But we
Like
needed to
what
show
they
the
did with
actors'
Alex
faces.
Cross. Like with
These
Alex
faces,
Cross.
these
I've-
performances.
Like with Alex Cross, I've heard nothing but nightmares about just the cinematography in that movie. Not even the plot. It's just the cinematography is terrible because Tyler Perry's a fat man who doesn't know how to do action.
Well, I'm talking about one of the examples that disappointed me in watching Winter Soldier was that during some of the actions they just zoomed in the camera.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That just annoys me to no end because I want to see choreography.
Aquaman is crowded with visual information, and none of it feels significant because the camera never gives anything emphasis or pins down a particular visual as shorthand for an emotion. It's
What?
wishy-washiness
As he proceeds to show footage where we can instantly follow what's going on.
Yeah.
Back up.
It's like, oh, his
Shorthand
thing
for an
is,
emotion.
I can't follow
They
what's
can't.
going on
Aquaman-
without focus.
I was gonna comment on that, but I'm like,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
When are you ever here, anyways?
And is crowded with visual information, and none of it feels significant because the camera never gives anything emphasis or pins.
Yeah, we see the whole emotional aspect is he's grabbing a shark, right? Remember, like
We have a giant crab, grabbing a dude on a giant shark. This is awesome. Please continue.
Yeah. This was like us during the whole thing. We were talking about is like, they use like throughout the movie. It's like, they use this sea creature, or they use this.
That is so cool. Yeah, that was me the entire movie.
Well, other than this is so stupid.
Yeah.
This is so dumb, but I love it.
Yeah, that was
when
basically
Aquaman
my
brings up
reaction
a giant,
at the end.
like a
I would
giant
definitely watch this
chimera.
again.
Like when Aquaman raises this giant, like, tentacled crab dragon chimera thing.
Which is about the size of Tolkien's larger dragons.
Uh-huh.
Like, I like how much of a fucking parody. I should write down a comment, like, is this a parody? And then I point to this particular part, and like the fucking self-awareness is in the fucking negatives.
Like, you don't need to use focus if you have the camera following something.
Yeah, like, not every shot is supposed to be emotional things.
This is also not supposed to be Fight Club.
No, it's not.
Where, like, Fight Club's awesome. Like, Fight Club is amazing. But...
Pity we can't talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about some other time. We'll talk about some other time. Ooh, we need to do Maggie Mae Fish's thing on Fight Club.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Done. Go die in the ditch.
So
he can't. He's a vampire.
Which, well,
with the
like,
stake
so
through his
now...
heart.
So Maggie Mae Fish is the new Kirk Cameron, where it's like Kirk Cameron used to be the benchmark of awful, now Maggie Mae Fish is the benchmark of awful.
I thought Maggie was first.
Done. I thought.
Well, Wright had never saw Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas before Maggie, so originally it was the benchmark of horrible for him, and now it's May.
Done. Yeah, Kirk Cameron bored me to death, and I was just waiting for it to end. This one had to go like a sailor.
What about the let's see, what was the other thing? What about the, like, Santa murdering a dude with a cane? in John Wick style. And also the hip hop breakdancing rap group to a hip hop version of Angels we have heard on High.
Do we not?
No, stop it.
Done. Spider-Man has came out. We can't talk about this anymore.
No. Can we just let's go?
Can we finish, please?
Let's talk about another kind of fish, Aquaman fish.
Shorthand for an emotion. Its wishy-washiness provides nothing tactile, and its distance provides no urgency. The images pulverize the film, the length makes the entire experience exhausting, and the gormless protagonist doesn't talk like an action star, but more like a tween who just learned the most impotent cuss words.
No.
Wild charms.
No.
And
He talks like somebody who's in, like, some kind of PG-13 movie. Huh.
Yeah.
And also just like he just talks like a regular dude. Like, he just talks like a regular dude. Like, he just says like
yeah.
She said, Pinocchio, you bet our fate on a children's book. Oh, there's a book? I just used the movie.
Which is, by the way, one of the most hilarious aspects of this movie is, like, this guy is not an idiot, but he's definitely not.
He's not cultured. He's not cultured.
Like, he's
like
just
a slightly less charismatic Star-Lord.
Yeah, he's just down to earth. He's a down to earth dude.
Yeah, he's just a regular, like, Joe Blow Oshmo who has a cursory education in history.
Like, yeah, it's like he's just hanging out, like definitely showcased when he was hanging out with his dad at the bar. Showcased that he's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
when
like,
the
then
first
when the-
time they do the selfie, he's like, "Urgh," and then as the selfies progress, it's like, he's getting more into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when like the guy comes up, hey, you're fish boy, fish man, and then it pulls up the pink camera.
It's just, I was expecting a bar fight actually when I first saw them,
I
because
think everybody was.
Yeah,
And
that
it's just, like, it just subverts your expectations in the most hilarious way possible.
Ryan Johnson, this is how you subvert expectations properly.
You do
Yeah,
it
in
with
small, controlled ways.
you don't do it with the major beats of the plot, and you don't
No,
make
you
Luke
don't.
Skywalker a drunk old hobo for shock value, because that's the only reason why he exists. That is the only reason. It is just for
All right,
shock
Dad.
value.
We got less than a minute. Let's
Let's
finish
keep
this.
going.
It's from some of the drudgery of earlier DC outings, both of which explain its mixed reviews rather than full-on dunking by critics, but it still falls short.
Yeah, nobody cares about critics these days because they're really shit.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
honestly-
are.
like,
They're
Aquaman
shells for
is-
every single freaking movie.
Honestly, Aquaman was one of the better reviewed DC movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like, for critics, it's like they want a specific movie. Clearly, like, they keep going into these massive franchise movies wanting a specific thing.
So for whatever reason, like Rise of Skywalker was horrifically panned.
Well, yeah, because it's objectively bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, but let's keep going.
It also
Let's finish
pissed off
this
all the
up.
TLJ fans too. So
Yeah,
you know.
Let's keep
Mhm.
going.
Aquaman, the movie all on its own, divorced from its jumbled, mishandled themes, is still too weak to support said.
I literally thought he was going to talk about the DCEU in total.
Ugh.
But I guess he's talking.
Yeah. It's
It's-
like,
it's-
no.
Divorced from its jumbled, mishandled themes is too weak to support said themes.
What
That's
are
just a whole lot of
Aquaman's
nothing.
themes?
I
Yeah,
don't
it's taken 8 minutes to
understand.
say, I didn't like the movie because it didn't sufficiently fillet Karl Marx.
What are
Oh
Aquaman's
great!
themes?
Now you just offended Carl Saylor.
Let's keep going.
Oh,
Let's
great.
finish this video. Let's finish it
Razor
up.
thin themes, and House of Cards' false grandiosity. In other words, it's not good enough to allow us to extrapolate any meaning from a meaningless film. Aquaman sucks, and now everyone can stop asking me why. I'm sure this
Why?
will go over very well.
No.
You're not explaining it.
Yeah,
well.
your
Well,
video
that was
did
it.
not explain it.
Your video did not explain why you think it sucks.
You just spoke about like cinematography and
This-
stuff, surface level
it's-
shit.
This is basically saying that this film sucks because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
Which
wanted.
is not.
I wanted spaghetti bolognese, and instead, no, he wanted to order a spaghetti bolognese in a burger joint.
Yeah.
It's like Dishonored Wolf hated it, and he went on for like an hour and a half about it. He actually
2
gave
hours.
very concrete things that he did not like about it.
Meanwhile, this guy didn't give us anything that
Yeah.
anything that
A
was
remarkable
concrete reason
Republican
why.
gave us BS history.
And also, like, talking about themes that the
Cinematography
movie...
lessons, like from somebody who's blind.
Yeah.
And also just giving a weird interpretation of the themes of Aquaman. That is way off.
Yeah.
Like the theme of
Pretty
Aquaman is
perfect,
don't be a
yeah.
dick.
Yeah.
It's just a typical hero's journey about that I don't want to be king. That's why you...
Yeah.
That's why you are king.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically.
Well, I think we will call it good for today. Thank you all for coming.
Yes,
I
thanks,
think we'll
Dad,
probably-
for ruining me again.
This Thursday we will finish up the lecture 2 of the Desire System, and then we'll
Oh,
kind of figure
no.
out we're gonna figure out what we're gonna be doing. I think it might be Return of the Two Towers. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Perhaps.
Anyway, we will see you guys later. Bye.
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 But